for exploiting their child. Shit don't make sense to me. So you're gonna let your child, if you're gonna let your child wear a shirt to call him a monkey, you're gonna leave your child with Harvey Weinstein as the babysitter. You're gonna basically do it. You're gonna exploit the child, and he's just a fucking you know what I mean? He's just a check at the end of the day. How are you so fucking, I don't, because the reason why I said I don't care what country they come from, because people are trying to say, oh, the parents are probably third world parents, or the parents are probably from the continent or from Jamaica, you know, and I'm not saying, I'm using excuses that people bring up because they try to say, you know, people from other places, because I've noticed this, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've been to my son's school, and I've been in other places, and I see that, you know, for people who have come to America, they don't look at America the way that niggas who've been here. They don't look at America like the inhabitants of America. We look at America through a totally different set of eyes than the continental Africa looks at America. We look at America through a totally set of different eyes than the quote unquote, the brothers and sisters from the Caribbean look at America. Okay, let's keep it motherfucking a buck. They kind of happy just to be here. You know what I'm saying? They're not as witty as the European who runs around taking advantage of them. It's like they don't really catch on to the slick shit that this European be doing, because that double tongue that they speak with and all of that fake shit that they do, I be seeing that shit go over the head of a lot of people. But I don't give a fuck where you from. You could be from Wakanda. How the fuck you gonna take your child and allow these, more than likely the photographer was not a hetero, right? Not a black person, or it don't even matter. It could have been a straight up Negro with 8 girls around him. How you gonna let him take a picture of your child wearing a shirt like that with an image on it like that? And I'm sure that the white people from H&M with their witty ass wittiness and their forked tongue talk the parents to say, no, we're just talking about the jungle. You understand? These kids are just running around in jungle gyms. We're not necessarily calling him a monkey. We'll never do that. And then they have a fake ass chuckle, oh, and then they probably brought the check out right after that. Oh, here, let's give you a compensation. No fucking excuses. Parents, please take charge. It's bad enough these niggas can't take charge of themselves and their self-image. Now we got to worry about the parents allowing the motherfucking children to get exploited and taken advantage of. Have some fucking dignity. Stop selling your goddamn children for a check. For real. And this shit is, stop sending your children to Hollywood for a fucking check. Stop sending your children to Puff Daddy's house to spend a weekend over so he could audition for the Force. Stop doing shit like that. You know what I mean? Stop letting these children just waltz into any situation and you have this fucking overwhelming trust into the same system. I'm not just saying people, because niggas are devilish the same way that the Europeans and all kind of other people are. Stop feeding your children to a system that eats on the bones of the children. It spits them out. That's the system that we're dealing with. This shit is Chronos. It's eating the fucking children. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care. Yeah, they probably photoshopped it in later. That is true, because they have what is known as those templates. You know what I mean? Like they could have gave them the blank hoodie and then photoshopped that shit in like a mock pack and whatnot. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then we have a good lawsuit on our hands. We can actually say, you know what, the parents need to get paid, because that image, whatever they put on that hoodie is going to stay. That could psychologically damage that child for a very long time. So if they want to get dirty, if they want to get all political, they could get some bread for the mental. This child is going to be bullied. You remember little fucking Keaton in the car? You know, remember the little inbred white child, Keaton, that niggas was sending money to? Well, what about this little young child who had a hoodie on to call him a monkey, and the shit went viral? I mean, we cried. We doing the fake Negro outrage. You know what I'm saying? Does he have a GoFundMe? Is niggas setting that up? But regardless, he's going to be somewhat bothered later on down the line. Because you know how niggas are. We going to play the dozens. There's some little niggas that go to his school right now that are making memes and jokes, and they bullying him probably. So the parents need to be, you know, somebody needs to have a talk with them. And the problem we have with black media is like, where do the parents go now? Do the parents go to fucking Steve Harvey show? Do the parents go to the Breakfast Club? Do the parents go to Ricky Smiley? Like, what hot seat do we have in black media that could sit that motherfucking parent down and give them the scolding that they need? Huh? Is it gonna be Ivan Zala Fix It on an Oprah network? And what the fuck is all of this stuff about Oprah for president after a speech? That's the problem with our people right now. We're so fucking deprived of leadership that all you got to do is give a nigga a speech and they start saying they want you for president. Is that how low the fucking standards have got? Oprah Winfrey is not a politician, family. Oprah Winfrey is not a politician. Oprah Winfrey does not know the motherfucking run-ins and the makings of a government. Oprah Winfrey is not a politician. Donald Trump is not a politician. He's a fucking reality star and a failed businessman. Do you see how he's doing in the White House? So why are we as a people, we're so deprived of leadership? We don't know what leadership looks like. We don't know what it's supposed to talk like. We don't know what it's supposed to move like. We on this fake ass feel-goodism where we're worshiping personalities, and because you think because she got $1 billion that she qualifies to be a motherfucking president. No, she qualifies to do something with those billions of dollars that she has to fix up her motherfucking race. I could say that. You know what I mean? She could be a good she's a shining example for black men and women all around the world. She's a great motivational speaker. I feel that she's an excellent businesswoman, right? I feel that she's an excellent businesswoman in regards to the way that she brokers. She understands an aspect of the system that most people don't. But don't fucking try to tell me that Oprah Winfrey and Chance the Rapper are the motherfucking ticket for 2020 with black people going through the shit that they going through. She gonna become president just to apologize like Obama did. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hear, you might have to come back in the room. I don't know. The shit is clear on my end, the way that it's looking. I don't know. I'm speaking to the Instagram people, Mr. Facebook. I don't know what's going on the Instagram. The shit looks clear from where I'm sitting. So, you know, it paused it. I was talking about Oprah Winfrey, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily being qualified as a presidential candidate. We gotta, and I'm not hating on Oprah. I'm not, you know, a black man or one of those woke niggas. You know, I'm not a hotepper throwing rocks at Oprah Winfrey because I don't agree with your skew reality of vision of what the future should look like for a race of people, not just black people, the whole fucking world. The whole world. So, you know, we need to stop that shit. We need to fucking stop that shit. Like, start figuring out who's a qualified politician. Because politics is not for everybody. Politics is not for everybody. It's called politricks. You're not even really fucking doing anything. You're sold to the highest bidder. So stop putting your faith in politicians in the first fucking place. It's not going to solve anything. You saw the shit that happened with your boy, Barack Obama. What did he do in 8 years? What he did do is he went ahead and empowered other people besides our own people. What he did do is he gave the LGBT community the most power that it has ever had. What he did do is he emboldened people who have sexual preferences over a whole race of people who are having human rights issues. What he did do is he opened up the door for people who have sexual preferences, meaning that if I like to have a menage, that's a sexual preference. I want 2 shorties in the bed with me. If I like having sex with the lights on, I'm a nigga who likes to have sex with the lights on. That's my preference. He's giving people a preference over people who were born of a certain skin color in a race inside of a place or a corporation or a country that is completely racist towards them as a result of their skin color, as a result of their genetics. It's a genetic war taking place. It's not a fucking sexual war taking place. It's not a sexual preference war taking place. Nobody comes in front of a race of people who have a lot of shit owed to them based off of what they've gone through this country, and just electing one of us into a fucking seat of politics where you're sold to the highest bidder, Walmart, Disney, Nike, whoever the fuck got the bag, that's who's gonna buy you. Don't tell me that we made progress because a nigga is sitting in the Oval Office. I don't want to hear that bullshit. And because he has gone in this direction and has empowered a humongous base of people who rightfully so probably paid for his campaign with those deep pockets that they got. Now there's a situation where this group of people, or there's people who have a sexual preference to have sex with each other with the same race of, the same gender, they now feel that they have more rights than me and you, to the point where I see a story where there was a show, a reality show, and there's an R&B star by the name of GINUWINE. I'm sure a lot of people remember him from Ride This Pony fame. He was approached, or he was solicited by a trans woman, okay? A transgender woman. I believe it's a man who decided that they wanted to physically appear as a woman. Often their argument is, I was born a woman trapped inside of a man's body, so I'm getting to live out the life of a woman. So this transgender individual tried to kiss GINUWINE, who happens to be the ex-husband of the goddess, the Empress Soleil, who happens to be married to our good brother, Professor Griff, right? So we live in a time where everybody went crazy over Me Too last night when Oprah said, your time is up, Me Too. But here we have directly the next day, sexual harassment, an individual utilizing this fake ass new power that they have to push themselves on a heterosexual man. Keep in point, we're going to talk sexual preferences right now. They call people who love the same gender homosexuals. They identify people who are living by nature's terms, meaning that the man and the woman can come together and procreate a life. They call them heterosexuals. So there's a difference in two of the people. They created the terms because there's a difference, meaning that if I'm a heterosexual, I, do not identify my preference as being the same gender. So with that being said, how could somebody of the same gender come amongst me and try to kiss me? Would that not be sexual harassment? Would that not be means for somebody to get locked up? Would that not be means for me to protect myself if somebody is trying to sexually assault me? Because if it was the other way around, if GINUWINE was trying to tongue down a young lady and she has some mace in her purse, she would be able to spray him with the mace to protect herself. Am I correct? Somebody said that it didn't look like sexual harassment. If I'm not into transgender people because my preference is that I want a real woman with a real yoni who could produce a real life, and that person if not even a sexual advance, like if that person is acting like they want to just, hey, how you doing? Whoa, like I don't even rock like that. Relax. And then if they try to kiss the person, is that not sexual harassment? Does GINUWINE is he not allowed to say Me Too? That was a Me Too moment. I didn't see the shit on the television screen, but I read the story, and this is where it's coming back. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that Black Twitter and all of these people who have conformed to a reality that did not exist a few fucking years ago, you mean to tell me that they're dragging him, no pun intended, for him not accepting this person to say, I want to kiss you or I want to date you? You mean to tell me we're living in a world right now where they're going to tell me who the fuck I could date? Come on, man. Like, where are we going as a people? What the fuck? What do I tell my son? What do I tell my children? How do they prepare to live in this world where if you deny the sexual advancements of somebody from your same gender, that you can be ostracized? They could put a title of phobia. I always say it before. I have arachnophobia. I'm afraid of spiders. I don't have homophobia. I'm not afraid of homosexual people. I don't, when they come down the block, I don't fucking hide and shit. Like, you don't see me roll a window up and duck like the shit is Debo coming through. I don't tuck my chain when a nigga with stilettos comes waltzing through 125th Street. I don't have a phobia. It's not a phobia. They're misnomering the term. Nobody's afraid of them. There's not a phobia. So we got to even fix those terms. It's just basically people saying to themselves, I have a right to look at another human being and just decide if I want to engage or not. Like, do we not live in a world like that anymore? That you got to do whatever the fuck they say that you got to do? To me, that's a prison. Like, that's not what's up. So that genuine shit is crazy. That genuine shit is crazy. That's a violation. Don't ever come around making sexual advances towards me if you are of the same gender as me. Bad enough, don't come around making sexual advances if you the opposite gender and I'm not feeling you. What the fuck? You think men don't go through harassment? You think I ain't even gonna get into it and talk about my DM. You think that this shit is not real? That women don't be throwing themselves on men? That men ain't interested in every single fucking skirt? I ain't no thought. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a woman. You know what I'm saying? What if she wasn't your preference? Like, what if Genuine likes chicks with baby hair? Like, he got baby hair. That's what he's into. Like, you gonna tell him that he has to deal with a girl who don't got no edges? Cause you said so? Get the fuck out of here. Like, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. He has the right to say no in this Me Too fucking world, in this new Me Too era where Oprah just gotta say that the time is up and niggas is like, oh, Oprah for president. Well, and then she shouted out the women who've been abused. She shouted out the women who've been molested. What about the fucking men? What about the cries of all of these young boys that were talking about what Bryan Singer was doing to them? They was talking about what Harvey Weinstein was trying to do to them. They was talking to the Corey Feldmans of the world. You're going to turn a blind eye to all of these young men that got raped in church? All of a sudden, they got swept under the rug. They were the ones that was coming out more than the Me Too movement. It was these young people that were saying that the Catholic Church and the priest was raping them. That shit, I watched the shit on HBO. The motherfucker was raping blind or deaf children. They couldn't even say nothing. So how do you now exclude? This is what happens when fucking Oprah pops up. She always deals with this separation shit. I don't like that shit. Her fucking all-girls school, she always deals with separating of the sexes. And there's a fucking gender war going on as it is. So you get up there, you don't talk about the young men. You don't even give the nigga Terry Crews a shout out. He probably was in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, men don't have a voice with Me Too? You mean to tell me that the white slave master wasn't turning niggas out and raping them in the fucking sex farms? They showed it in the movie Goodbye, Uncle Tom. They had a whole room with men with fucking makeup on and wearing silk shirts and shit, and they wearing Moors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be all-inclusive. Yeah, Tevin Campbell getting molested by Quincy Jones. You know what I'm saying? And some other people. Hollywood. So you leave the door open to a parent, maybe the same mother that brought that little boy to H&M, to get exploited. She might be on a fucking roll now. She might be like, well, goddamn it, I got this little nigga on H&M. I'm going to Hollywood next. We're going to fucking Disney. We're gonna put this little nigga on you know, whatever the new show on Nickelodeon is. Oprah didn't warn you that they fucking little boys in Hollywood more than their fucking little girls. You know what I'm saying? They're running through little boys up there. So then you take your young child, not knowing that he could get Me Too'd, and then he get Me Too. He gets taken advantage of by these dirty ass fucking pedophiles that the whole goddamn state of California seems to be their rest haven. It's like it's breeding the motherfuckers over there. And, you know, and then what? So I found that it was kind of inconsiderate on her behalf to only, and I'm no way, y'all understand, I have to make this disclaimer. I am in no way discrediting any kind of pain, sexual trauma, molestation, any kind of the deviancies that have taken place to our sisters. I stand with you. When y'all ready to ride, God damn it, say the word. I'll grab the blicker and we go take care of these. Like, I understand. I have a lot of people that are close to me that have gone through some shit like that. So I get it. But what I'm saying is we cannot exclude the young boys as well. Young boys are being abused. Young boys are being molested. Young boys are being taken advantage of. Grown boys, grown men. Some of these young men that everybody celebrates because they come out of the closet, some of them have some fucking horror stories to tell you if you would sit down and listen to them. Okay? Some of them have some scary ass horror stories that they would share with you about some of the abuse that took place when they were younger. All right? So be all inclusive. Since everybody's created equal, be all inclusive. Don't leave out these people when you do your next fucking speech, Oprah. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And the whole genuine shit, like, it goes deeper than that. And I hate the fact that we don't have media anymore. We don't have black media that's going to stick with a narrative, that's going to stand on going to grab their balls and stand on the fucking square. We don't have that in media anymore. Who do we got? The comedians. It's just niggas that make jokes. Harvey, Steve Harvey, The Breakfast Club with The Rumor Report, Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hewley. So now your comedians are telling you the news. Now your comedians are tasked with basically telling you what it is and what it's not. They gave that job to the fucking comedians. And you know our people are some buffoonery, coonery ass, shucking and jiving ass Negroes. We make everything a joke. So they take the weight out of everything by putting on some motherfucking comic relief. It's a form of, it's a modern day shucking and jiving. Nigga, I don't want to laugh at your jokes when you're telling serious news. I don't think none of them motherfuckers is funny in the first place. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like them for stand-up, maybe a movie here or there, but a morning radio show, when we get up in the morning and we got to be focused and we have to stand on a narrative and we have to be programmed because Clear Channel is programming you. They're telling you to drop it like it's low, pop that pussy, you know what I'm saying? Get it in. They're telling your 2-year-old, your 20-year-old, your 18-year-old, your 6-year-old, they're telling all of them, look, be prepared to get sexually exploited today because that's what we on. We're going to fuck your girl. We're going to pop these mollies. We're going to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? We don't drop the bag and you fumble it. And that's the fucking message. And that's a loop. It's 10 songs that keep playing like this. Like this. So where's black people getting programming to be on some black excellence? It's not through the fucking music. And it's not through these comedy niggas telling you the news because, you know what I mean? As much as I like Charlemagne the God and the donkey of the day and all of that, and I fucks with Charlemagne for the level of wokeness that he displays, but yeah, little 50 niggas great grandmamas is busting it open. How about that? Niggas great grandmama busting it open. Nigga great grandmamas they got great grandmamas at 50 right now. 50. That's like the great grand. They ain't the grandmother. Grandmothers is in their 30s. I'm meeting grandmothers younger than me. So where do we get our programming for not only the day? Where do we get our marching orders? Where do we get somebody say, yo, Bitcoin, nigga? Where do we get somebody saying, yo, Litecoin, Ethereum, invest in that today, and in a year from now, you're going to be better off? Where do we get these messages? Where do we get information about real estate? Where do we get information about technology? Where do we get information on how to stay on code? Where? It's not coming from anywhere that the information is being broadcasted. It damn sure ain't on TV. It motherfucker is not on the radio. It's not on satellite radio. It's not on Spotify. It damn sure is not on Pandora. Where the fuck is it coming? It's not on Sirius. Where you getting your information from? The only thing that you can focus on, the only outlet that you really have is YouTube. And we know what's going on over there. There's not a lot of information even being disseminated, healthy information about growth and progress and development and things like that. That information is not even out there like that no more. So we are in a bad place as a people. And it's not me. Somebody said it's me. That ain't me. I don't be on YouTube and Facebook every day telling you niggas what to invest and how to invest and all of this other shit. I be telling the regular, I get caught up on the bullshit sometimes. I'm a fucking commentator. I'm a newscaster. I should have a fucking news van. You know what I'm saying? Like I should be working at Fox 5 or something. You know what I'm saying? So, Nashville, Born Rich, hit me on my inbox. Hit me on my inbox. You know, we are definitely putting our calendar together for the year. So hit me up so we could get these dates. You know what I mean? Boyce Watkins, yes, Boyce Watkins, he does his job with the university that he has, and he stays on top of, you know, finances and things of that nature. But it's 100 fucking channels out there gossiping. It's 100 channels in the quote unquote conscious community that never fucking teach. They're just running around being chatty patties, looking for anybody who's having a bad fucking week or a bad day to do 100 videos on them. You know what I'm saying? There's no real fucking media that's out there showing you, yo, this is what we purchasing. These is our buildings. You know what I'm saying? This is us going on location. It's not a lot doing that. And shout out to the ones that are doing that. But I'm speaking of the void that I'm noticing, because if you're going to, and don't come at me about one channel. There ain't no one channel, nothing. Because there ain't no one channel of ratchetness. There ain't no one channel on Clear fucking Channel. It's 100 channels. There's 100 channels on, there's 100 YouTube channels giving you pure trap rap, mumble rap. What the Migos wore today. How much did Offset pay for his watch? You know what I'm saying? Who did Cardi B fuck this week? You dig what I'm saying? Who did Cardi B sleep with? Who is Nicki Minaj is beefing with Cardi, this and all of this? It's 1,000 channels for that. All of them DJ Academic clones. Then the white boys, Alex Jones, I can't even watch white people on YouTube no more. They suicidal like a motherfucker. Every day the world is ending if you let them tell it. Like, they don't want to live for nothing. I'm confused with white people. I thought you niggas had the world handed to you. What the fuck? You niggas are not even relaxing. You're just on YouTube complaining about every fucking thing that happens. They just go on Twitter, yo, North Korea, Trump, this person, China. These are some of the most insecure, fragile motherfuckers that I've ever come across in my life. If you listen to Alex Jones tell it, this world have been we live in an alternative universe, a quantum reality, because the fucking world have been destroyed 800 times if Alex Jones tells it. And then all of his other fake ass, And all of these niggas is Christians. All of it. Like, at the end of the day, they always say something about Jesus the Christ. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, that automatically makes me leave the channel. Like, I can't even listen to their shit. I cannot listen to their shit. They are so negative. They are so fucking scary. They are so fear-based. They are giving you fear porn unlike you niggas be trying to wiggle away from the community and go fuck with the white boys as if they giving you mad gems and you're gonna pick up on some shit. I must admit, it might be 10% of some good information, but the rest of the information is fear-based. It's fear-mongering. Go and do a loop on how many times these white evangelical Christians told you that the world was gonna end September 23rd. The motherfucking comet is gonna collapse. Is gonna hit the earth. The fucking planet is supposed to come and hit the earth. The floods. Motherfucking Jesus is supposed to come. All of the fuck shit. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even listen to them no more. So when you exclude them, and then when you exclude the quote unquote woke conscious niggas, and then when you go into the woke shit, everybody just talking about doing hair the right way. Oh, I want my hair to twirl. I want my shit to twist. I did the big chop and all of that. I'm not mad at you having mad channels about doing your fucking hair. It's all good. But do it gotta be 10,000 channels about fucking natural hair? Y'all don't get it? I mean, we haven't figured this shit out yet. There's no magical fucking, there's no Jerry curl for natural hairs. There's no spray to just lock that shit. Like, I'm trying to figure this shit out. I like Russian television. I fucks with RT. At least they have a little bit of news that we could. But when you do research such as, and I'm not saying it's such as myself, I'm the, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the King Kong of researching. But when you do research into real news, you will realize that every single news agency is reading from the same script. They are definitely working with each other. They are doing Hegelian dialect. Somebody got to be the good cop. Somebody got to be the bad cop. So MSNBC is the good cop. Fox 5 is the bad cop. They're all reading from the same script. There's stories that I got exposed to 8 months ago. They're just talking about on mainstream media. It's not the fucking, if Trump said anything correct, that's fake news. It has nothing to do with real life. Everything on the news is based off of stocks. It's stock-based, meaning that if they put a story out there, it's somehow attached to something on the stock market. And that's for the traders, and that's for the people who are out there flipping all of this shit, getting money. That's basically for them. That's why that 24-hour news cycle, that shit is stuck to stocks. That's why the stock market is so fucking healthy right now, because they know what they looking at. They understand that shit. So we left with like Netflix. You know what I mean? We're left with fucking Netflix, and all Netflix has is Pablo Escobar and motherfucking what's my guy, El Chapo. It's like 8 fucking series on drug dealers from all in Mexico and Colombia. You know what I mean? And then a little bit of Black Mirror and some other shit, Stranger Things. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? The documentaries all have agendas attached to them. The documentaries is kind of corny. You know what I mean? They're not telling you nothing that you haven't really fucking known. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going. The documentaries are reinterpretations or regurgitations of information that the master teachers, like 10 minutes of a master teacher lecture, they stretch that shit into a 3-hour documentary. It's not that fucking deep. It is not that deep. Like, think about the shit I don't know about you, but I think about the shit that I was exposed to in 2003, 4, and 5. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's that information at? Did that shit not grow? Like, nobody is building on top of that? Because that was the deepest shit. They're talking about shit Delbert Blair talked about, like, I promise you, 20 years ago. That's breaking news to these niggas. That's deep to niggas these days. So, black media is needed. Black media is needed because black people are, it's sad what's about to happen to black people, yo. You think something happened already. The shit that they preparing for these niggas, it's just sad, man. It's sad the condition that our people is in. And yeah, you know, I be with the, yo, we already won. We was in the future. We made it. Yeah, I'll blow smoke up your ass and say shit like that too. But what about the now, nigga? What about right now? Right now, niggas is looking crazy as fuck. I know what my reality is showing me niggas looking crazy. I don't know what your reality is showing you. Some of you niggas may live in a whole in a melanin you know, a melanin fucking echo chamber where everybody's melanin is popping. There's no crazy motherfuckers around you. Everybody is pulling up in foreigns and they doing real good, popping bottles. Yeah. Where the fuck I'm at in New York City, and the way that I see it when I travel, niggas is looking bad. Big bad, not little bad. Niggas looking big bad. And somebody would say, you know, we got to ignore those people. You know what I'm saying? We only got to focus on us. And I say that sometimes. But the condition that our people are in, you can ignore that shit all you want. What are you going to do when you got to deal with them, though? You got to talk to me about that, because niggas don't have no contingency plans on if this shit became motherfucking Walking Dead or The Day with the Zombies. How you prepared to deal with these zombie motherfuckers that are all around you? This is The Walking Dead. When I go outside, I feel like I don't even know the characters' names from The Walking Dead. But you know, when them niggas in The Walking Dead, they put dead meat on them and they was able to walk amongst the zombies. That's how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. I'm like, oh shit, I got mad zombies around me, B. If these niggas wanted to start biting me, I'll be in fucking trouble. Like, I would be crazy. The shit would, you know, they would probably eat the kid. You know what I mean? Coons are irrelevant. You're saying that coons are irrelevant, but coons are at work when your ass is asleep. Coons are fucking working hard to destabilize this motherfucking race. Coons are at, remember, I used the analogy before. As a race, we're in a race. There's a race taking place. You niggas, there's a race. There are what is known as the master race, trying to make it a pass to cross the finish line so he could receive the gold medallion, like any other Olympic race. These other races are aware of the fact that there are races taking place. Black people, for some fucking reason, think that we're in a race with everybody and we're all running together. Right? Speak on the Nipsey. All right, I'm going to speak on the Nipsey real quick. So what we don't realize is we're in a race by ourselves. Nobody's running with us. Nobody's helping you black motherfuckers win the race. Are you mean to tell me that the yellow race, the Asians, are trying to help you win the race? Do you mean to tell me that the white race is trying to help you niggas win? Do you mean to tell me that the Indian brown race is running and trying? Are they helping you on the race? No, nobody is not helping you in the race. You gotta help yourself. What is the coon's job? The coon is the nigga on the side of the race with the motherfucking water. The water got cyanide in it. You know when niggas is running in a marathon and there's niggas on the sideline handing you water? The coons are the niggas handing you water. The water got Molly in it. It got cyanide in it. They're trying to kill you in the race. And what they're doing is they're allowing the Europeans who are in this race, they're allowing the Asians and everybody else who they fucking have an affinity towards to get past us and to win the race before we could win it. They don't even want to run. Them niggas don't even they got Timbs on. They don't even got running shoes, motherfuckers. That's who the coons are. So one of the things that have to be discussed, and I hope it's discussed in 2018, because think about it. Whenever anything pops off, whenever any kind of race takes place, whenever any kind of competition takes place, whenever any kind of war or battle or whatever takes place, who you got to deal with first? The motherfucking opponent or the niggas on the sideline with the cyanide in the water? Who has to be dealt with first? You didn't even reach the motherfuckers yet. You didn't even reach your opponent. It's a full court. You going down the court. These niggas are the referees in the middle blocking you. Who you gonna deal with first? So do we deal with our coons? Do we deal with the traitors? Do we deal with the treasonous ones? Do we deal with the motherfuckers who are purposely coming amongst us to destroy and sabotage and self-destruct this shit? Or do we say we're going to look past them and just focus on our overt enemies? These are your coverts. So we got to talk about that shit. And we're not in, listen, this ain't the time to be sitting on the bench. Because, and I'm speaking to the whole, I'm talking to everybody who's quote unquote spectators to what we know, because y'all like to marginalize what everybody is out here doing as the conscious community. Then when you marginalize it into the conscious community, the fucking, you know what I mean? The holes get poked in the ship, then you're able to sink the ship and everybody goes down in the ship, not realizing that what's being done cannot just simply be described as the conscious community. When you see James Small's teaching, when you see the hidden colors, when you see people waking up, when you see people out there trying to appeal to their people to be better, that's not just, don't give it just conscious community, because it's bigger than that. It's the fact that some motherfuckers realize that we're at war and they sacrifice the fuck shit that they could be doing in life, like running around paying for pussy all day and chasing girls down and going to the club and popping bottles and making it sparkle and getting on Snapchat and showing off to niggas. You know what I'm saying? They decided that, you know what? I did that. I'm not going to do that anymore. Fuck that. That's a false. That's the matrix. That's not real. I'm going to put my life on the line and go hard and teach and throw motherfucking bombs at white supremacy or whatever the fuck is out here in the way to clear the path so my children's children can make it through. Right? But then you got a whole million or 10 million people on the sideline with the popcorn just looking at you. They don't want to fucking help you. They never thought about lacing up their shoes. They never thought about putting a helmet on and strapping up and holding it down. They just want to sit on the sideline and watch you like they're voyeurs. You know how when niggas on 42nd Street used to watch niggas having sex? They call them voyeurs. Meaning you just want to, you're a fucking peeping Tom. You just want to peep in on the evolution of the black man and woman and child. You just want to fucking peep in on the woke movement. You just want to peep in on consciousness. But you never intended on getting on the fucking floor. You're just in the bleachers. So that's not what's going to win the game. We're on the floor, but there's 1 million motherfuckers that are standing in front of us against us. But then there's 1 million of our own people in the bleachers, like this is the Gladiator, this is the Coliseum, waiting for niggas to take our heads off. That's not how it works. We have to figure out what we're doing. We're just saying, and I'm not speaking for everybody because I can't get on this we shit. What I'm doing, what my brother is doing, and what my mother has done, and what my young brother has done is we're trying to appeal to the family to recognize the greatness in yourself. I keep a lot of the greatness that I have within myself to myself. You dig what I'm saying? I don't need to tell everybody how fucking great I am. You know what I mean? I just need to do the work. But I want to see you to realize the greatness in you so I could marvel in your greatness. So I could sit back and talk about you, not talk down to you, not gossip about you, but I could pull up, call my brother on the phone and be like, yo, did you see, you know what I'm saying? Sekhmet, you know what I mean? Ishmael, you know what I'm saying? Pookie Bay, that motherfucker is lit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's tapping in. He's God body or she's a god. You know, Shaquita, motherfucking Sekhmet El Bay, she's a goddess. I love her. She's doing her thing. She's realizing she just don't have a fancy name on Facebook. She didn't just come up with a fucking colorful title. She's actually living that shit. She's tapping in to that energy that's in her title. That's what we have to do in 2018. Do you realize that 2020 is around the corner? Do you realize that these motherfuckers, this shit is like, y'all treating the conscious community like this is the NBA. You motherfuckers have fantasy leagues. Nobody's gonna win the fucking game for you, family. I'm sorry to break it for you. There's nobody that's gonna bring the chip home like that. There's nobody. No, there's no 1 or 2 motherfuckers that's gonna take over and destroy white supremacy in the name of black excellence and go on live one day and tell you niggas you don't have to go to work anymore. We got you. You niggas don't have to pay your fucking bills anymore. We took care of that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to pay rent anymore. We got you. Don't worry. We solved that. Like, that's not what's going to happen. We got to get out of this fucking fantasy mode. Like, we're just going to wake up and a nigga's going to come and say, yo, I got the keys to the pyramid. We could all get on a boat and fly, or a carpet, and fly back to Kemet. You know what I'm saying? And dig and go back to fucking Khufu. Like, nigga, wake the fuck up. That's not what's going to happen. That's not a reality that I'm trying to, you know, co-sign. It's not reality. That's fantasy land. And one thing we got to get the fuck out of is fantasy land. You niggas been on Fantasy Island for too long. Been on Fantasy Island too long. And you're living vicariously through flawed individuals. You're living vicariously through imperfect motherfuckers. And then when you see the imperfectness in these motherfuckers, you catch an attitude. Oh, my action figure is not working the way that I thought he would. Oh, my avatar is not doing what I thought he should do. No, motherfucker, because you're the champ. It was all about you the whole time. You're the Heru in the story. You're the Osset in the story. You're the Osar in the story. Why can't you see that? Why can't you begin to take responsibility for what the fuck is your journey? What is your purpose? What is your mission? Because I'm beginning to feel like this is a big fucking, like, we all have reincarnated in this precarious time. This is a great time to be alive. Like they had the album, What a Time to Be Alive. This is one of the best times to be alive. But why the fuck did you reincarnate for? To watch me? To watch this nigga? To collect fucking rookie cards on Conscious Community? Like, what do we reincarnate for? The mass awakening has already happened. For those who are on the stream who just got awoken 2 or 3 years ago, I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking to the people who was woke as long as I was woke. They was in the same lectures with me 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They was sitting at Dr. Sebi's feet in the 80s. I remember these people. What the fuck? What have they done? What are they doing? What is their contribution? What is their purpose? Why are they not on the front lines as well? And if they're not on the front lines, why are they not utilizing the resources and the things that they have to make the people on the front line accomplish their goals even quicker instead of throwing knives and castigating them? That's the question I would have to ask, because there's too many people who are quote unquote woke. There's too many people that are conscious. There's too many people that are claiming this that are not living it. And you niggas have all the motherfucking opinions in the world when somebody trips up, slips up, and doesn't appear to be as perfect as you motherfuckers want them to be. They're not your Jesus of the Christ. You know what I'm saying? I won't need, yo, fam, y'all got dates where y'all said that y'all woke. I claimed 2001. I'm late to the motherfucking party, okay? I consider myself, I was woke, unwoke. You know what unwoke woke is? It's like niggas always been woke, but you was just unwoke to the fact. Like I was doing conscious things in my sleeping state. What this conscious community or what the research and the study helped me do is say, oh shit, I was always woke, my niggas. I was always conscious. I was always aware. I was always moving towards my purpose. I just was getting in my own way. My brother was trying to wake me up very long before 2001. I rebelled against my own brother. I had physical fistfights with my own brother because I called him weirdo, crazy, and you know what I mean? You niggas sitting around eating seaweed all day, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to the bag. I want to pop bottles and chase models. That's where I was at. And then 9/11 and then some other shit took place, and I was completely woke at that point. Phil Valentine, Sabi, what's the white boy? It was a lot of people, William Cooper, you know what I mean? Like I had, you know, we all go through that. And then as I think, I could go back into the 90s to certain things. And I'm like, oh shit, I was woke then. Then I could go back into the 80s when Dr. Sebi was in Brooklyn teaching. I guess I was woke back then. But it's like I always say, well, woke is like being in the bed. Shit, I woke today at what, 10 something? I ain't get out of bed till 12:30. So you could be woke and go right back to sleep. So I went through my woke, go back to sleep, woke, go back to sleep, woke, go back to sleep. And then I became conscious. And after being conscious, I'm working on super consciousness because I'm already in my subconscious state. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot go back to sleep after that. Once you conscious, there's no going back because niggas is like, yo, I'm going to replug back into the matrix and be a part of the matrix. That was the part of the matrix with Cypher where he was like, yo, just give me the steak. I just want to go back. I know it's not real, but I just want to go back to enjoy this shit. What the fuck happened to Cypher in the movie? I'll let you answer that. It doesn't work like that. Once you are awakened, once you see this shit for what it is, once you put on the they live glasses, nigga, it's over. You should be focusing on some other shit. Don't think you're gonna go back to sleep because that's not the case. You already got flushed into fucking Zion. You're wearing burlap and you're eating oatmeal now. You know what I mean? Figure this shit the fuck out. But you're not going back into the matrix. You can't go back to sleep. Maybe these woke niggas could do that. But yeah, I see dead people too. This is what I would ask you. Do you think that you see more dead people now because you're woke? Or you're conscious? Or you're wearing, where's my they live glasses? These are my famous they live glasses. If you're wearing your they live glasses, right? Is it that these people always been dead around you? Were they always zombies around you? Were they always the Walking Dead? It's just that you was one of them. So how the fuck can you see yourself? But the more you wake up, the more you become aware of your surroundings, the more, what up, Patah Rata Hootie? It's my nigga right there. The more you become aware of your surroundings, the more you gain consciousness, the more you wake up. Don't you think that you begin to see more things around you that you may have neglected when you were asleep? Let's use this perfect example. If I go sleepwalking, right? If I sleepwalk through the house and I'm only going to the kitchen to grab something out of the fridge, I may not even notice the dog that's sleeping on the floor. I may not notice the fucking air mattress that's in the way. I might not notice anything because I'm sleepwalking in the dark. So when you're quote unquote dead, or when you're quote unquote asleep, or when you're a knuckle dragger, you're not noticing the things that are around you. You seeing zombies as a way to make money. Remember, niggas is selling drugs to half dead people, talking about if I didn't kill them, somebody else would. That's the fucking mind of a trapper. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even, you look at a junkie or you look at a zombie and you're just trying to figure out, damn, I wonder what kind of drug this nigga on, because I got Jordans to buy, bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? They got a Whole Foods in Harlem. Shit is expensive. I got food to buy. I want to take advantage of this motherfucker in his weak state and finish killing him off. So he's scratching. He might be on heroin. Nigga run and get some heroin, and then he create a customer out the zombie. As opposed to when you're awoke or when you wake up and you start seeing these zombies, you might say one or two things. Yo, we got to get rid of these niggas. They're in the fucking way. Or you say to yourself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come up with a herb. I'm going to come up with an elixir. I'm going to come up with a remedy in order to help that brother or sister wake up the same way somebody came with a remedy to wake my dead ass up. You know what I'm saying? You look at things from a solution standpoint, you know what I mean? When you're of a certain mind state versus looking at them and you feel like you start thinking like the white man. How can I exploit this motherfucker? How can I make money off of this motherfucker? How can I feed off of this motherfucker? You become a vulture and you start feeding off of the dead. That's what motherfuckers are doing right now with all of these crackheads, these motherfucking dope fiends, these zombies that you see walking around that people have no problem taking advantage of, not realizing them too that they were in a zombified dead state and the quote unquote white man or the system or whoever was taking advantage of their unfortunate asses. So when you look at karma and how black people are being divinely motherfucking judged by powers that are greater than both me and you, then you could kind of understand why we are at the bottom and why we are getting the shit that we're getting these days. You can't parasite off of no fucking body, all right? You can't feed off of nobody. That makes you a motherfucking Luciferian. You can't feed off of people's pain for Jordans, you bird ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't feed off of people's pain for a gold chain. You fucking demon, you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't justify shit like that. Niggas be like, yo, I'm only hustling to feed my family. Well, goddamn it, you've been hustling a very long time. No wonder the family is very obese, because all you doing is just feeding them. You could have, nigga, you could have hustled for 2 nights to feed your family. How much do they gotta eat? Goddamn it. Are they the clumps? Are we dealing with the clumps? You know what I'm saying? I just gotta feed my family. But you've been selling crack for 30 years. How many families do you have, nigga? And what is their appetite? You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn it. But you gotta feed off of somebody else. Shout out to Q Butter. You gotta feed off of somebody else in order to feed your family. But you vegan. So that don't make sense to me. I'm just lost when it comes to shit like that. You're perpetuating white supremacy. You're allowing, remember, they gentrify only communities that are depressed. They gentrify only communities that niggas help lower the value of. They only gentrify communities that you've lowered the cost of living or the quality of living by doing nigga shit. So if you're part of that perpetual phase, if you're part of bringing down people, if you're part of bringing down your neighborhood, if you're part of bringing down the value of life around from the people that live around you, rather than being around entrepreneurs, rather than being around talented people or pulling the talent and the gifts out, because crackheads are gifted. Did you know that? Dope fiends are gifted. I was locked up with a whole bunch of them. Them niggas was fixing everything. And they know how to wash clothes better than the washing machine. So you could be utilizing these people for doing more stuff than what it is that you do, like parasite off of them, and then complain when a European is eating off of your ass like he's a vulture. You got to really fucking think about this shit. You really got to think about the hypocrisy that black people are trying to fucking navigate through the universe with, as if somebody's not looking at your bird asses and saying, these niggas are fucking crazy. The whole black race has narcissistic personality disorder. I'm convinced at this point. They are fucking insane. The shit that they try to, you know what I mean? I guess it's PTSD or whatever, or the social engineering that this European, Greco-Roman, white Judaic Christian society is just short-circuiting in our brains. But we're not going to function. We're not going to make it into the future like this. If you niggas study technology, if you understand what's going on in the tech boom, and I ain't just talking cryptocurrency with Bitcoins, I'm just talking about all around AI, quantum fucking physics, you know what I'm saying? Transhumanism, singularity. It's just so much shit going on. Algorithms, coding languages, like, it's so much opportunity. It's so much shit in front of us. But if we don't get our act together, we're never going to see that shit. We're never going to realize that shit. We're going to be at the motherfucking permanent underclass. And all it takes is that nigga Trump to write an executive order to put your ass on the motherfucking, the assembly line for life. We got to do better, yo. But going back to the initial early question, if we don't have media, if we're not getting information on a daily basis, like it's food feeding our souls, how can we grow? There's no more black media. Rolling, they rolled them up out of there. Motherfucking Tavis Smiley is out of there. You niggas was dependent on Arsenio back in the days to give you the motherfucking news when he said things that make you go, You know what I mean? We're dependent on Netflix specials to teach us. You know what I'm saying? We're not receiving the level of information that other people of other races that are in a race to make it to #1 are receiving. We are being deprived of quality information. Take it from me. The narrative is wrong. They have you in your emotional bag every fucking week You got to go to Twitter and find out what the fake black outrage is. And then when you look at it, nobody is taking full advantage of the outrage to teach. A little black boy on the cover of H&M as a monkey. Oh, that's a teacher moment. White people come from monkeys. I could show you. R.H. Rhesus. I have the scientific proof. So we don't got to get emotional about it. Oh, put the white boy in the monkey. You got Photoshop, put the white boy in the monkey thing. He's the coolest monkey in the jungle. And then show through genetics and show through science how the Neanderthal chromosome is more related to the primates than the African, who has never been biologically compared to these monkeys that they keep fucking talking about. When you shave the monkey and when you look at their phenotype, they're looking like Mongolians and they're looking like Eurasians. They're not looking like no motherfucking Africans. Well, maybe a few of them, but still. That is a teaching moment. Why not teach? That's all I'm saying. How you niggas keep missing out on the teaching moments. Cardi B, they got the girl from Love and Hip Hop, who I had a crush on 7 years ago. What's her name? AMARA La Negra. I'm gonna go on, our Facebook, reminding you of old shit. I'm gonna show you niggas. I've been put on the radar a long time ago. I was going to DR just to meet her because she got something about her. There's some goddess energy that's flowing off of that afro. So she's in the news now because they're like, yo, I know a lot of girls want to fuck, right? Let's keep it a buck. She looks very sexual, you know what I'm saying? And, girls are into girls a lot these days. And a lot of men, they sexually attracted to her because, she's shaped, she's curvaceous, you know what I'm saying? But she has a beauty to her. I put on a cape 7 years ago when I found out who she was and I went on Google and looked her up. I was like, damn, yo, she's too pretty to be being treated bad. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes niggas be in they, we be simping sometimes. I'm gonna keep it buck. You know what I'm saying? I was just hoping that she didn't have one of them Spanish niggas that just be doing her dirty. Cause Spanish niggas, you can't really get your girl back after a Spanish nigga got her, cause they go all the way in. And I'm not gonna get specific on the stream, but you know what I'm talking about. So she has an interesting narrative. Her narrative is the fact that she's coming forward as an Afro-Latina. And if a nigga like me was only watching Telemundo all my life, I would be like, well, goddamn it. I never seen an Afro-Latina. I didn't even fucking know that they existed like that. So on the cusp of Cardi B's fame, now Cardi B is more of a Taino, right? But Cardi B's last name is Moorish. I have the article where it says her exact name, Al Mazor, is a Moorish surname. Okay, it's a Moorish surname. People don't understand the connection between Latin Spanish people and Moors, right? Because they don't research. Going back to what I was saying about our people, we're not researching properly. We're not allowing certain information because of trigger words. The minute you hear more, you cut it off. You don't want to hear it, not realizing that you're going to need this kind of information to navigate through this society and this reality that we live in right now, because you have an administration, okay, that is about to put, they have a culture war taking place right now. They're working on the crusades as we speak. This motherfucker is trying to become a dictator, and the whole of Europe is rising up in what is known as Christendom. We've seen this before in the medieval times. It's a whole bunch of medieval triggers that are popping up. That whole flat earth conversation is medieval. This shit with the royal family marrying into somebody of color, that's a medieval conversation. It was just the other way around back then. The slaves in Libya, that's a medieval conversation. All of these things are coming back because time is centrifugal. Cycles repeat themselves. So they're about to kick all of these Africans, Eritreans and whatnot out of Israel. They're also doing that in Germany. They're also doing that in Poland. They're doing that in all of the countries that, when you do your research, did that before they started the Crusades and the Inquisition. So the way, I don't know how niggas see the reality. I know how I see my reality because I train myself on how to look at things, and the great divine speaks through signs. I don't know what you niggas be looking at. Do you look at your fucking Twitter? I look into the cosmos. I look into the great divine. I look into the things around me, synchronicity and things like that. So I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers are trying to bring back the Crusades. Okay, so the Cardi B shit is interesting because when you do the history, the reason why Arabs and Dominicans, or what they call Latinas, look alike, case in point, in New York City, if you go into the quote-unquote grocery stores, or if you go into the quote-unquote bodegas, if none of them, if you don't look around and see the Arab writing and whatnot, and you just glance in the store and peep, there's some stores where you would swear that this was a Dominican store. These niggas are from Yemen. These are motherfucking Arabs. You know what I'm talking about? These are Arabs, meaning that when you had the race mixing going on in ancient Spain, in Moorish Spain, there were offspring that spoke Arabic. Those were the Arabs. Then there was offsprings that spoke in the Spanish tongue, or Spaniard. Those were Spanish peoples. Okay, so Cardi B went to Dubai to do that video. Remember, I told you, I have the article that shows that she is of Moor. Her last name, I'm not saying the bitch is a Moor. I'm saying that her last name, Almanzor, she got a crazy, what's her first name? Somebody put her first name up there and whatnot. And I'll say what her name is. And it says, yes, she's a mixture of races from Spain and the Arawaks. Okay, yes. Her father is Dominican, right? And her mother's Trini, I believe. Yeah, the mother's Trini, but her first name is Belkaliz, right? Belkaliz. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. Let her do it. And Almazar. I have the article to show that that's a Moorish surname. When the Spaniards went into Latin America with decrees from, it was called the Church and the Crown, meaning that the Pope gave the Spanish monarchy, Queen Isabella, King Ferdinand, the Spanish monarchy, along with the Portuguese monarchy. The Portuguese monarchy was given the rights to conquer Africa. That's why they are Cape Verdeans speaking Portuguese. They conquered all of the coastlines, Pepper Coast, Gold Coast, Ivory Coast, all of these coasts. Then the Spaniards, the people, the army from Spain, they were given province over the New World. They split the world in half. They said the Portuguese, you get Africa, Balcales, Almanzor. Her name is Almanzor. So the Al, wherever you see Almanzor, that's Moorish. Okay, Almanzor. There was a leader. There was a sheikh. I believe he was don't quote me on it. A caliphate, Al-Mansur. So there's articles that show that Spanish, or the Spanish language, and Arabic are goddamn more than kissing cousins. They have about 10,000 words that are damn near the same. Okay? So this all comes from the reign of Africans inside of Europe during the quote-unquote golden age of the Moors. When you go into Latin America are islands that were conquered by crusaders, or what they call conquistadors, in the name of the church, in the name of the crown. They executed the men, they executed the warriors, they executed the sheiks, they executed the imams, they had sex with the women, they race mixed, they mixed their seed with the Tainos and the Arawaks and the women of those islands, and they produced the offspring, what we know as a fucking Mexican, a El Salvadorian, a Ecuadorian. These are not their original names. I don't know where the fuck these names come. A Cuban. These ain't their original names. That's not their lineage names. That's not their tribal names. These are European names that they gave to the people who they conquered, and they taught them their language. That's why they're speaking Spanish. There's no difference. So when you see the girl on Love and Hip Hop, and she's bringing awareness like, yo, there's African people. This is an African tradition and whatnot. Respect the Africans in Latin America. That's a fucking talking point. That's an opportunity to teach, but not from an emotional place because we are so emotional. So niggas went right into the emotional bag. Oh my goodness, did you hear what Hollywood said to her? I don't believe he was treating her like that. You fucking liar. You know that the motherfucking light-skinned Spanish people been treating dark-skinned Spanish people like pieces of shit all your life. You been known that. Fuck is you talking about? You know that they was raping and taking advantage, and when you go to DR, all of the dark-skinned women is selling pussy on the side of the road. You niggas knew that. You knew that they was going to Cuba fucking little girls all throughout the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and they were utilizing, you know, everywhere that you go in Latin America, there's the Spaniard people spitting on people of color, looking down on people of color, treating people of color like prostitutes, motherfucking pimps, and all kind of other things, and taking advantage of them. You know, when you go into Brazil, they're killing more Tamir Rices and Trayvon Martins than you niggas in America could shake a stick at. You know this shit. Stop acting fucking ignorant. Niggas have selective amnesia with the fake nigga outrage. So I'm like, yo, where's the Moors at? Why you niggas are so quiet? Why don't you ever fucking teach anybody anymore? You know what I'm saying? Where are you? Where's your lesson? Like, why don't y'all teach? Y'all don't fucking teach anymore. All I see is niggas arguing. Where's the teachers? Y'all are missing so many opportunities to redeem yourself. You are missing so many opportunities to share information the motherfuckers have given you tirelessly. Y'all get the donkey of the day, man. Y'all get the donkey of the year. Y'all miss so many opportunities. There's no voices in your community who, at least with the NOI, they got a whole Ben X, he be going viral. You know what I'm saying? My nigga 19 Keys. Like, they got a movement that use social media for what it's supposed to be. I don't see the NOI arguing and fighting and fake battling each other. Whenever you deal with these Moors, that's all you fucking see is niggas just going at each other, just wasting a lot of time, but they not teaching nobody nothing. And all they get is layups. The motherfucking Great Divine or Drew Ali is just sending them layups and lobs all day. Nobody's dunking the ball. Shout out to Sabir Bey, Taj Tariq Bey. You know what I mean? I can't exclude them. I can't exclude them from the conversation because they're putting in work. Shout out to my brother Jermaine out of New York. He's putting in work. Shout out to Mizraim, you know what I mean? And Raz Mariah Bey and Anae, Sister Anae, they're doing the work. And that goes back to what I'm saying before, to whereas 1 million people put all of this weight on the shoulders of 10 people so you can point at them like that's your favorite fucking avatar or your favorite action figure and whatnot, and you let them do all the heavy lifting while you run around and regurgitate and dick ride and say, oh, nah, I know them. We used to drink at Starbucks together. If you niggas don't get out of here with that fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that got to, you niggas have got to grow the fuck up. This is not high school anymore, bird ass niggas. Like, this is real life. Carry the fucking weight. Pick up the DJ crates. Get out of the bleachers, little niggas, and get on the floor. Put your fucking, you niggas sleeping outside of Foot Locker for sneakers and you not even on the floor balling with us. You not even playing the game with us, niggas. You so afraid to get your Jordan scuffed, you niggas ain't on the front lines with us. But everybody is everybody's man. That's my man in them. That's my man. Oh, that's my guy. Yo, I like that nigga. Don't, yo, no grown man needs to be telling another grown man that he likes me. Okay? Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Get a life. That's my man's in them. Nobody's your man's in them. People are out here doing the work that they've been ordained to do. They're not doing it for you to be their man. They can give a fuck less. They want you to learn and they want you to apply the information and they want you to have a better fucking existence and a better experience in your life until you check out of this bitch and come back as a fucking chihuahua if you didn't do it right. That's what they want you to do. They don't care if you're following them on Twitter. It doesn't matter. Because what the fuck does that mean? That doesn't equate to anything. That doesn't solve any of our problems. Where are the problem solvers? Where are you niggas hiding at? That's what we need. Where you motherfuckers at that solve problems? Because you can solve everybody else's problems. You niggas know what everybody else supposed to do. Why don't you solve the problem that we have in our neighborhood with unemployed black men and women? Why don't you solve the problem of white supremacy? Why don't you solve the problem of all kind of other shit? You know what I'm saying? Why don't we apply ourselves and do that? Because so much information have been given, not just to me. I'm doing something, and I be stressed out some days like I'm not doing enough. I beat myself the fuck up. Like, damn, nigga, you're non-productive. You know what I'm saying? You're just wasting your days away. You know what I mean? God damn it. You know, the mama, she should have, you know what I'm saying? Like, she expects more out of you. If I'm hard on myself and I go hard, I be going in. Imagine somebody who's scared to get off of the fucking bleachers and get on the floor. How do you live with yourself? Because I go hard on myself for not doing enough. I'm not trying to save everyone. I don't want to save everyone. Everyone will not be saved. I never got on this stream and said that I'm here to save everybody. I told you I put a cape on for that girl, AMARA del Negro, because I didn't want conquistador Spaniard niggas doing her dirty and just, you know, dogging her out and shit a few years ago when I saw her online, because I was just feeling simpish that day. That's the only person that I ever said that I want to save. You're not going to save nobody. I'm not trying to save nobody. Save your motherfucking self. That's the conversation that we're having right now as to where the people who are willing to save themselves. But in that demonstration of saving self, you could be a great inspiration for other people who get them to want to save themselves. That's how that shit works. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And you don't gotta go as hard as I do. You don't gotta go as hard as my family do. You don't gotta have the kind of passion that I have for just doing what the fuck I do. You don't gotta go through the pain that I go through, because this passion don't come without pain, my nigga. What you think? Where do you think I'm able to tap into this shit from? It's coming from pain. The fuck is you talking about? Like, I don't just, this ain't just me on a regular day. I'm a calm ass dude. Sometimes. This comes from pain. I'm able to tap into passion from pain. So I don't want you to go through the pain that I go through. I don't want you to go through the shit that I've been through. I don't wish that on nobody. But you have to do your part the way that you see fit. You got to play your role and fulfill your purpose. And that's all I'm trying to say, that we have to stay focused, and we always have to keep that in front of us. We always have to keep that in mind. Do I pay attention to what other people are doing? Of course. We're in a motherfucking race. I'm looking around and I'm seeing who's running with us. I'm looking behind too. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking in front of me. So I'm paying attention to all. My peripherals are working, but I'm still paying attention to me in the race. I'm still paying attention. And I'm looking at the bleachers and I'm seeing mad people throwing water at us, throwing peanuts at us, throwing M&Ms and Skittles our way. Niggas is holding up signs. You can do it. Like, nigga, why don't we all do it? Or why don't more of us do it? Because it's like the relay race. You know, when they passing the baton, imagine if it was mad people passing batons rather than a few people. Elders are making transition. Elders are reaching the end of their line. Okay? They've been around for a very long time. They're leaving the community looking a certain kind of way. You think they're going, you think they're making transition in a happy state? You think they're making transition like, oh, these young niggas got this shit. You know what I mean? We did all of this work. We put in mad work. We went up against real white supremacy when niggas would spit in your face and call you nigga to your face. And imagine if they did that to niggas these days, how emotional, unstable these emo ass niggas are. They get upset with every fucking thing that takes place. These niggas would commit suicide probably. They would hang the fuck up. They wouldn't hook off on the person calling them a nigga. They would go home and do Molly Percocets all night. Somebody said we need to get them crackers and Chinese out of Africa. Sam, you see what I'm talking about? You can't focus on Africa. You can't even get them out of Harlem, nigga. The fuck is you saying? Africa, you're casting your lot. That's what I'm talking about. Fantasy versus reality. Miss me with the fantasy. If you want to do fantasy, we could get together, smoke some trees, and write some treatments for Netflix. It's a lot of money in that. We could get together, put our minds together, and create some motherfucking TV web series. I'm with that. But leave me with that's the only place you niggas miss me with the fantasy shit. Talk real to me. Give me some fucking reality. You're not going to get nobody out of Africa. The Africans will chase you out of Africa if you went to Africa to try to get the Chinese and the white people out of there because they praying to Jesus Christ, white Jesus that is. That motherfucker, they got 800-foot statues of him, so they've accepted the white race as the chosen people, and they're waiting for them niggas to come in with vaccinations, tetanus shots, GMOs, and whatever the fuck they come in to poison the people. They're good with that. That's what they want. Oprah Winfrey ain't getting off the plane. Jay-Z ain't getting off the plane. Niggas draped in RBG flags ain't getting off the plane. They never seen you niggas, and they're not looking for, I don't think they're not calling for us. They, you know, because we live in this world where if a nigga wants something, he'll send for it. Any of you sisters ever had a nigga slide in your DM and say he'll send for you, meaning that he got the ticket right there? How many Africans are sending for us? Niggas is not sliding in my DM saying, yo, we sending you a ticket pill. We want you and your family to come out there and help us. No, they're doing them. I'm talking about us right here in the motherfucking continent of America. What the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? We got to really think about this shit. Shout out to my brothers and sisters on the continent that are waking up. Shout out to my brothers and sisters on the continent that are sending tickets to people like Umar and other people to come over there and give them their history and talk to them and build with them and give them that fire, right? Because they watch the community from afar and they see that there's people waking up and they see a movement and all of this other stuff. So great. But the best way that we're going to help the continent is get off our fucking asses in America. And I'm not talking about no dumb shit. I'm not talking about you niggas throwing rocks through H&M windows and acting like, you know what I'm saying, you want to riot and whatnot, because that's not even practical. You could, I'm not buying that one. I wouldn't even show up to a riot with a lot of niggas. Like, I'm not falling for that one. I'm Gucci on that. You know what I mean? You know, sign me out of that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there for that. You know what I mean? I'm good. All I'm talking about is our renaissance and our evolution. You know, so that's what I'm talking about. We're the creators. I'll go back to the creators amongst us. I had the opportunity to binge on Black Mirror on Netflix. Yeah, they went and took that motherfucking idea about writing yourself in the future and they ran with it. Where are our creators? Where are Afrofuturists? Where's our industry people? Where the niggas with the resources at? Where's the people with empty warehouses? Where's the people with acres of land? Where's the people with the bag? Where's the people with mad computers? Where's the people where's the people with the gun ranges? For those of us who are militant or are part of a military mind state who want to get right, where they at? You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck is everybody at? Yeah, Black Museum was dope. Niggas will be in a museum in the future. Please believe that. Niggas will be in museums in the future. You know what I'm saying? Am I asking for too much? Am I saying too, like, am I bugging? You know what I mean? Am I wigging out right now? Like, please let me know. I'm just trying to figure this shit the fuck out. Because I'm in New York City. I'm right there at ground zero. Don't nothing come through 125th without me sniffing the shit out and checking it out. I'm always in the cut like Fredo and them niggas. I peep everything. Nothing is coming through. You niggas might have a lifeline somewhere else, but ain't nothing coming through 25th that's basically trying to empower the movement or add on or whatever. And if it is coming through, the motherfuckers who it came through for is either keeping it to themselves or they're not telling anybody. But that's not what we see. All I see is a bunch of opinions from a bunch of people who are basically not adding on. This is not going to be done by 10 people. This is not going to be done by a handful. This is not going to be done by your motherfucking niggas got trading cards. They got different fucking, this is my guy, this is my, I like this guy. No, then tomorrow you don't like him, then you like this nigga. Then next week you like another nigga. Then you like another nigga. Why don't you just go and date these niggas? I'm going to come out with a fucking conscious Tinder so you can swipe left and tell these niggas that you want to ride on their dick all day. That's what the fuck this community is turning into. You know what I'm saying? And it's ugly. And I'm really considering, you know what I'm saying, just becoming a fucking all-time, like, I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna go to the gamer community. I'm gonna just play games all day. I'm gonna just get the Oculus Rift and unplug and be a part of the virtual reality community. You know what I'm saying? And just leave you niggas alone. Leave niggas alone, because this shit becomes, it's stressful, bro. It's fucking stressful when you're out here and you want to make something happen. And then all of these fake Hollywood woke niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, all you got to be is, if you got 10 million followers, if you say melanin or black excellence, all of a sudden you're this woke person that's supposed to save the race and everybody's waiting for you to do something. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. These niggas is running around jacking niggas slang, you know what I mean? With the woke shit, like, because that's commercial now. And all of a sudden, they're the authoritative fucking voices in the community, or they're the ones that everybody was waiting for. I'm like, God damn it. Black people are, we're in a bad shape when it comes to leadership. We'll accept anybody. We will accept anybody. If Puff stayed up with that, if he stays with that fucking, that woke shit for long enough, if he stays with that mirage, niggas will accept him. They'll be like, yo, Puffy's our leader. Puffy's our leader. You know what I'm saying? They will accept fucking Puffy. You know what I mean? Like, Charlemagne the God is going to be a president in the future. He's going to be the woke president, because, you know what I mean? Niggas is running out of options. So, yeah, the woke ones call us Hotep. Yeah. You don't need a leader. You really don't need a leader. You don't need a leader. You'll be upset with a leader. You don't need a leader. You are your own leader. In this new era that we're in, Bobby Hemmett prepared us for this shit. This is the Aquarian age. This is not the age of leadership. You know what I'm saying? You have to be responsible for your vine and your fig tree. You know what I mean? You have to hold your own. You have to stand on your own. It's going to be very uncomfortable relying on the next man to do for you in your best interest, in your children's best interest, in your wife's best interest. You didn't learn the lesson of many decades ago when niggas put their wife in somebody else's hands, what he did to them? You know what I mean? But then at the end of the day, it's tricky because it's not about the leaders. It's about you being a leader, but it's not necessarily about you being just an individual, being selfless or being about self and nothing else. That's where the trick comes in, because we living in a time where people are ganging, they're unifying, they're coming together. Cooperative economics runs the world. The different nations, the different, like the Indians who come over and take over 7-Eleven, they have a plan. The continental Africans, some of my friends who work on 125th Street, they have a plan. They're operating as a network. They're operating as a collective. I put a post up the other day and I said, yo, we should start an investment club, because I put up a post that said if we invested $7,000 January 1st, 2017, $1,000 in 7 different cryptocurrencies, we would have over $1 million today. That shit hurt my heart that I don't have $1 million today because I didn't do that shit January 1st. So I'm like, yo, we can't make these mistakes again. We have to create an investment club. You don't got to put the $1,000 up by yourself. It could be 5 of you. And those 5 of you put $200 in a pot, and then that's your $1,000 right there. You motherfucker, you need to get down with an investment club. That's how they're beating us. Socioeconomics is beating Black American Negroes. Socioeconomics coming from the Caribbean and coming from the continent. They're bringing that shit with them. collective economics, cooperative economics. They are washing you up. You're going to be permanent fourth-class citizens cleaning African toilets. You're going to be cleaning the fucking toilets. You're going to be cleaning the front yards of Mexicans in the fucking future. Think about that. You're going to be cleaning toilets of the Vietnamese who posed as Chinese food, because they wasn't all Chinese food. They were Vietnamese when it began. Koreans and shit that sold you the motherfucking silky Hawaiian. You're going to be cleaning their houses. You're going to be breastfeeding their children. You're going to be motherfucking watching them as old people wiping their asses. That's your job in the coming future if AI doesn't bump you out of the way. That's why they got us. And because we're not doing things collectively, and they are. Somebody said that's California right now. Well, goddamn it, I'm sure that there's 52 states in America. I think 30 states already got that shit implemented going down. So when are we going to have the motherfucking conversation about coming together and collectively doing a project? Fuck everything else. I don't care about your ideology, your theologies, none of that shit. It means nothing to me. As you can see, about 20 years later, that shit don't stick. It never did nothing for nobody. It did more destroying than it did building. When are we going to get serious about doing something? When? Because, like I said, the clock is ticking. You know what I'm saying? The clock is ticking. I'm thinking about becoming a full-time rapper. You know what I'm saying? At 40 fucking 2. You know what I mean? I might even become a mumble rapper. I got some mumble rap hooks. You niggas better watch out. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you just gotta figure this shit out. But I love y'all. I trust y'all. I believe in my people. Not only do I believe in my people, I know niggas got what it takes. I know you Nagas and you Negus got what it takes. If you don't want me to call you a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the answers might not come out of what is known as the conscious community. It might be some woke people that might be able to do some work. It might be some unwoke people who might be able to do some work. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I got more faith in homeless people getting that labor done. Shout out to Coach Kayer. Shout out to Coach Kayer. I have more faith in homeless people doing labor in the name of a motherfucking Wendy's burger, in the name of a bag of K2, in the name of any fucking thing that appeals to their self-interest. If you tell them, yo, I'm going to give you a haircut, we're going to clean you up, we're going to put you into some Kings County, nigga, we're going to put you in some H&M gear, because everybody threw out their H&M, so we got mad H&M to give you homeless people. All we need you to do is to sweep this motherfucking sidewalk. So when everybody else who is not part of our collective or our group comes in our neighborhood, they're not going to look at our neighborhood like, yo, they need to hurry up and drop the bomb on these niggas. These are the roaches of society. Remember the Black Mirror series about the roaches? So you could pay these niggas to do what the gentrifiers do. It's not hard to go to Home Depot and get pastel paint. You know what I'm saying? And paint your fucking building pastel blue, or paint the motherfucking old crack house pastel green. That's what the gentrifiers are doing, printing out vintage fucking stickers and just sticking it up. We need to start doing things like that. How could niggas belong to churches and you, at the end of Sunday, when you got the collection plate, you're not siphoning off $100 to give to the homeless people to clean up the fucking 10-mile radius of the church? Like, simple fucking solutions. So what is needed right now is think tanks. We could do think tanks online. Nigga, you don't gotta be next to me. We don't gotta be breathing on each other. We could do think tanks on Zoom. We could do think tanks online. We could put our minds together in the virtual world. We could put on an Oculus Rift and have a fucking walk through Egypt, smoking a hookah, talking about go and on the way to the motherfucking what's the shit where all the women be at? On the way to your harem, talking about solutions for black people or Moors, whatever the fuck you want to call them this epoch. You know what I'm saying? We could be doing that. So, yeah, we need a virtual think tank. You know what I'm saying? Go in my inbox, because I'm not going to do all of this rambling and whatnot and leave y'all out there with no strings attached where, you know, you just sat with, you know what I mean, with no solutions. Hit my inbox up. I'm on Instagram right now. I'm on Facebook. Go into my, if you're on my live, you can click on my name and go into my inbox. Leave your email, not your phone number. I'm not calling people up. I'm not, this is not motherfucking cold marketing and whatnot. We're gonna be able to communicate via email. Hopefully it's attached to your phone, because that, theoretically, that's the new phone number. Okay? Your phone might be off, but there's not a time when your email is off. Your phone number might change. You might be losing your iPhone every fucking week, like people that I know that get drunk and just lose their iPhone every goddamn week. You know what I'm saying? You might go through shit like that. So your email is the best way to stay in touch. Leave an email. If you want to do something, or if you want some information about things that you can be doing, or if you want some information about things that are being done, if you want to get plugged into some groups that are dealing about self-development, empowerment, and not the fuck shit and not the niggas dancing all in your videos, yeah, hit us on the inbox. You know what I'm saying? Because it is time to have these conversations. I'm sure the majority of us on this stream have children. These children deserve better answers when they ask us, damn, mommy, daddy, fuck was you doing when shit was going down? What were you doing? What were you doing in 2018 and 2019 and 20 when shit was popping, when the Bitcoin, crypto coins, you know what I'm saying? Mommy, why are we living in the fucking dumpster? You didn't have any Bitcoins? And you're like, nah, I wasn't investing in Bitcoins because I was waiting on, you know, my leader guy to go ahead and buy an island so we could all expatriate and give in our birth certificate and move there. Get the fuck out of here. That's what your child is going to tell you. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You retards. You know, so we got work to do. And I'm not going to get all on Facebook talking about everything that we got to do, because that's not how it's done. We got to build with those that are serious. Me and my brother and my mother and my younger brother are working on going to at least 10 cities before the springtime. You know what I'm saying? Because we got work to do. You know what I'm saying? We have a cryptocurrency program. We have the Facts Initiative that's being rebooted. You know what I mean? And we have a bunch of other things: health, wealth, and knowledge itself, Blue Pill, Mama Pill, KT, scientifically proven health remedies, elixirs, herbs, and all kind of stuff. We have a few people that we're rocking with that deal with the economics. We have, if you want to know your history, if you want to know your future, if you want to know a bunch of things dealing with knowledge itself, we'll be able to provide that as well. But what we're looking forward to is workshops and seminars. We're good on the lectures. I'm writing books as I speak. I'm on 3 books I'm writing at once. The books will have the lecture material in it. I'm translating a bunch of lectures into ebooks and whatnot so niggas can read their eyes off. It might even be audio books because people don't like to read. But we want to do seminars. We want to do workshops. We could go live at the seminar and show real shit. It's too many. Everywhere that I go around America, is so many fucking talented people. Where the fuck is our Shark Tank at? With all of you bird ass niggas running around talking about how much money you got. How you faggot ass niggas never put 20 racks up? How did you bird ass charlatans never put 50 racks up to say, yo, bring your child to this auditorium or to this venue, and we're going to bring all of them on stage, and we're going to reward each one of them $10,000 as inventors, because we know that the crystals are amongst us. Because when we wake up, we seeing that there's 11-year-olds in fucking UCLA. This nigga's 13 graduating with master's degrees. So how is it that the conscious community have never appealed to the indigos and the crystals and the star seeds, or just the inventors in our community? How is that? How is it that no lecture that I've ever been to, nobody ever turned the camera on the audience and was like, what do each one of y'all do? Niggas never networked. Never, ever. And I've been to 8,000 lectures in New York. So you niggas can miss me with all of that. Oh, maybe you missed that lecture. I've been to every fucking lecture in New York, either as a vendor or I was in the cut. Fredo. Why nobody ever pointed the camera at the crowd? These DVDs went around the world for people to see. Why nobody said, what do you do? What do you do? And what do you do? And what do you do? And what do you do? I've never seen that shit. All I seen was, this what I do. This what I do. Look at what I do. Pay attention to what I do. I nigga need you to listen to what I need, see what I do. But nobody never showed you nothing. There was no fucking receipts. Niggas never gave you. There's a whole bunch of shit. But it was just a lot of talk. Where's this imaginary fucking community that people said that they bought and they invested in and they live in all of a sudden with the cul-de-sacs? I never got a housewarming invite, nothing. This shit ain't real, fam. So this is what we have to do. I'm not gonna talk about it no more. I'm going to do it. I'm not gonna wait on no fucking promoter to figure out that, you know, this is the new dick to ride for this month. We're gonna ride this nigga dick for this month. You know what I'm saying? And book them. No, we're gonna book ourselves. We're gonna put ourselves in different venues, and we're going to utilize the people, the professionals that are around us, that are in the community, that are in the audience, and allow them to do some of the work with us and to profit and to benefit off of that. What happened? Think about this. In every single lecture, you got vendors. Vendors are small businesses. Why haven't any of your leaders ever got on that stage and said, yo, I got $10,000 credit line. We wanna fund a small business. We want to help out a small business. We want to show all of these small businesses who are more, they're showing you economic sovereignty. They're a small business. They're showing you, yo, we want to do this on our own. We got a plan for you small businesses. We're going to make each one of you small business $1 million business, so you can now have shares and stocks, and then you can sell it into the community so everybody could be a shareholder or a stockholder, and multiple businesses have a portfolio. Now you got talking points. Now you can sit in the fucking room with the big boy. Nobody never did that. And niggas talking about how much they love you. Oh, I love you. You know I love you. You know I love it as you. I love it as you. You know what I'm saying? All of that is game. You niggas is being pimped. Facts. They don't do that in the church. They don't do that in the community. I haven't really seen that many different places. How the fuck did you leaders miss out on the people who are around you and never ask them, what do they do? Because you could be working at White Castle, you could be working in a doctor's office, you could be an RN, you could be doing all of these things. But when somebody who is a leader, who you love and you trust, say to you, what is your skill? What is your talent? What do you do? That's almost like Professor X pointing at your ass at Whataburger, and then you just take off your glasses. You Scott Summers out this bitch. They're going to activate. They're gonna make you come forward and not say, "Oh, I work at McDonald's." You're not gonna say you flip burgers for a living. You're gonna talk about. You're gonna tap into whatever your gift or whatever your talent is. You're gonna identify. You're gonna self-identify and be like, "Yo, I'm a doula. Yo, I'm a shaman. Yo, I'm a seer. I'm able to see into the future," because you're in an environment that is, you showed up to see one of the superheroes on that stage. There's somebody who has activated a talent and a skill and a superpower. They calling themselves a leader. They're a thought leader. They're a teacher, whatever. They get on the stage. You're like, yo, I'm identifying the greatness in that person. But if that person who you see as so great sees the greatness in you, that's how you activate. Nobody is doing that. Nobody is doing that. Nobody is activating the crowd. Nobody is charging the people in the audience to activate their superpowers. They're so enthralled by their superpowers or whatever it is that they possess that they're not allowing you to see the power in you. And then you got a bunch of dick riders. So, you know, we gotta focus on doing something. For the brothers and sisters that got rich off of the cryptocurrencies, that were smart enough to invest, you were risky investors, I salute you. I salute you, and I say to you that you are some of the solutions that we're going to need, not as a community, as a people. It's bigger than the fucking community. You could throw the conscious community away. Are you going to throw your race away, though? Are you going to throw all of us away? Are you going to throw these babies away? Because like I said, there are resources that need to be gotten at the end of the day. There are warehouses, production. We have to have control of these machines. Yeah, niggas got computers at home. That's great. But what about the motherfucking machines? Have you seen a TV show how it's made? Do any of you niggas own any of those machines? Do you own any of that hardware? Could you motherfuckers make toilet paper today? Could you make socks and t-shirts out of scratch? Could you know what I mean? Like, could a nigga bring a bag of cotton and you could create a t-shirt? If you can't, if you ain't on that level, have a fucking seat, my niggas. 2017, nigga, sit with us. We all sitting down. Like, have a fucking seat, because that's where the power is. And production. It's like I said before. If you can't produce produce, meaning food, if you're not producing your own clothes, if you're not even producing your own films and movies, if you can't distribute them, if you don't do any kind of production, you don't have to ask around while the woman is not reproducing you. Okay, no production equals no fucking production. So if you were able to produce, the production numbers on the children would rise. Everywhere that they had production, in the production towns like Detroit, had baby booms. Do you know why it had baby booms? Because mama was like, oh goddamn it, this nigga's bringing home the bacon. He is a motherfucking producer. That nigga made that Cadillac that we see driving down with the motherfucking diamond in the back sunroof top. He's the producer. He's the production. I'm going to reproduce him. Now they're throwing the babies away because they're like, these niggas are non-productive. They don't produce. So why would I reproduce another non-productive ass nigga? Cloth. So we got to get into production, because we need some motherfucking, we need a lot more children to be born. Do you know the #1 leading killer is abortions? God damn it. They're taking out armies of us every fucking day. The star seeds. This is a star seed time. This is the time of the indigos and the star seeds. Little children is coming back with the fucking brains of an 80-year-old. You know, they got the souls of like 100-year-old people, and they're being killed before they can even fucking manifest. So why are we not? Because a bunch of niggas out there with 800 credit. I see y'all on Facebook. You know what I mean? When you be sliding into shorty's DMs and they be showing me, niggas talk about their credit score. Well, okay, if that's the case, well, you niggas get together, create an investment club, and start buying these machines. Go into Detroit, go into Camden, go into Chicago, go into wherever the fucking warehouses, Jacksonville, Florida, empty warehouses, and purchase these warehouses. And then you could talk about you a boss. And then you could talk about you a leader. You might be a union leader, but nigga, you still a leader, and it's a leader where you're giving people labor. You're able to help people pay their bills. You're able to put food on the table. That's rudimentary. That shit matters right now. That's the only fucking thing that matters right now. If you niggas are not helping people do that, you're not a fucking leader. Cut it out. You're a thought leader. You are leading people's thoughts, but where are you leading them? Leaders bring people together. Agents break them apart. Always remember that. Leaders are leaders because a leader of the free world is considered a great leader when he brings different nations together. A leader who has failed his people is the one who had 50,000 body bags coming back from Vietnam and lost the war. 500,000, I think. That's not a good leader. So you niggas are calling out saying that you got leaders, but your leaders are sending you to war. Your leaders are preparing you niggas to fight each other. Your leaders are splitting you further apart. It's not a leader, my nigga. So yeah, vocations do build nations. So if there's anybody out there that's in the union, electrician, laborers, contractors, y'all have a task and a duty to step up and to do the work and to work with those who are working for you. Facts. The whole fucking China's a factory. I'm ready to move over there. Learn some Mandarin, grow the long beard and the long fucking bang, the long ponytail on you niggas, and y'all be like, yo, red pill. I'll be like, Chuck boy, what you talking about? Like, I don't even know you niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, mouth say tongue on a nigga. So that's all I gotta say. I ain't going on for the rest of the night. You know what I mean? We had a great conversation tonight. You know, the love is in the. I feel the love. You know what I mean? I love and appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Just for the simple fact that, you know, we have so much potential. You know what I'm saying? My shit ain't unconditional, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's there, and I'm willing to work arduously, and I'm willing to work committed towards a goal. But we're off of this. We're off of the study phase. I don't want to study with you niggas no more. I don't want to read books with niggas anymore. You know what I mean? I don't want to regurgitate none of the information that I've studied. Like, we could do that shit after lunch. We could do that after dinner. Like, that's side talk. That's after Netflix and chill, my nigga. Like, I want to talk about building. I want to talk in the future. I want to talk futuristically. I want to talk about shit that is not draped in emotionalism and what somebody did to us and all of this fuck shit. That's fuck nigga talk. Fuck niggas used to be in the schoolyard complaining about niggas taking their girls from them and how niggas mushed them at the locker. That's how black people are sounding these days with this fake ass victim talk. Good night to the Facebook fam. I mean, to the Instagram family. The stream is about to end. Love and appreciation for everybody, and salute. And we will get back on the live stream tomorrow. All right, we got Facebook Live with me and Blue Pill, Know the Ledge TV on Facebook. Go and sign up to that. Go click the like on it so you get your notification. Peace. Hit the inbox though. Slide in the DM with the info. All right, salute. So I just had to wrap up the my Instagram family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see you, coach. I see you, Kaye. You know what I mean? You was in the cut, you fell back, and you jumped on your business. You handled your business. I could give you nothing but salutes. Shout out to my good brother, Divine Prospect in the building. Salute to you. Salute Bashira. I see you. Salute Kafunya. I love you, Kafunya. All right. Karain Water, I see you too. Love and light. You know what I'm saying? Yes, 70% of all financial data comes through Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, and just think about Atlanta. Let's talk about this real quick, Kaye. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could bring you in for this conversation so we can have a split screen. Let's just talk about Atlanta and the amount of money. And I don't want to count nobody's money. I'm not that kind of dude. Like, I'm not out here counting niggas' money and whatnot and trying to, you know what I mean? I'll give you the same conversation that a Boyce would give you. I'll give you the same conversation that any one of these financial teachers in our community would give you. The amount of money that's spent in 1 hour, 1 fucking hour in Magic City. If anybody is dealing with cryptocurrency right now and the kind of investments that you could have made a year ago and the return that you would have today, the amount of money that's spent in 1 hour, maybe one fucking song, let's just say one song, Bodak Yellow, inside of Monday Night, because I used to be in Magic City. I used to talk to one of the strippers. Don't judge me. This was 1999, all right? For you niggas try to make a video on me. You know what I'm saying? And I saw the kind of money that was coming through there. I saw the bags of singles before you niggas even saw Tip Drill video, right? And the kind of money that they make off of one song, if that money was invested in cryptocurrency, okay, just one song with White Chocolate or one of these strippers, do you know how much change people could bring not only to their lives, but to their families and friends? They could stop there. They could say, I don't dance no more. I'm making money moves. They can hang up the motherfucking red bottoms. Okay? They could take off the long ass Hawaiian, you know what I'm saying, and grow their natural out. You feel me? They could do all kind of things. They wouldn't have to be subjected to hearing grown men talk about all kind of sexual perversion in their ear and you know. No, we don't judge. I'm not judging. We ain't judging them. We just saying that some of you financial advisors need to pull up to the motherfucking strip club and start talking to these glorified whores. You know what I'm saying? About investing those singles into this motherfucking cryptocurrency because the boom is still booming and until that shit pops. You feel me? We have to take full advantage because if we're ever going to talk about Black Wall Street or if we're ever going to talk about a black city or a black town, well, God damn it, you don't see the motherfucking opportunity jumping in front of you? You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody, look, I know, and I'm not out here putting niggas' business out here, but I know trappers. I know people who used to be on the dark web, getting it the long way, okay? Sitting on 300 motherfucking Bitcoins in their wallet. 300 from bubbling on the dark web. And they just had the coins on the side because they had already cashed in 300 more coins, but they just was like, you know what? I'm going to just leave that shit right there because I'm bubbling. So I'm going to use those in my wallet for when I bubble. Then they start seeing the price go up and they was like, oh shit. Now they sitting on millions. Now they sitting on millions. But these is bubblers. These niggas is in the underworld. So they not thinking about no black city. And if they were to build a black city, it would have black titties. It would just be a black city of ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? It would be Rap City. If they built a black city, the shit would be Rap City. And I don't think you want that right now. You could create a coin for 5 stacks or less. Yes, you can, Kaye. And you said that Keisha Bottoms, the mayor, is going to bring the blockchain to the ATL government. She is a legend if she does that. I will actually move back to Atlanta if that takes place. You have my word. Because I'm trying to get the fuck out of New York every day. You know what I'm saying? This shit is for the birds. Like, New York is not where it's at. Not in my humble opinion. It costs too much to live here. The quality of life has deteriorated in ways that I could never explain. It's a premium to just be a resident in New York City. Harlem is not black anymore. Brooklyn, goddammit, is the land of the weirdos. It's beyond not black. It's not even fucking, I don't even know what to say about Brooklyn. Some people like that shit. Some people like chilling with Neanderthals. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel wanted. It makes them feel accomplished. It makes them feel like they've arrived. It makes them justify paying $3,000 to live in a fucking closet. You know what I mean? Oh, at least I have, you know, my neighbor looks like Brad Pitt, so I must be doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Or for you niggas that like to live around Becky's and whatnot, I'm in a Becky cave, fam. I'm going to pay all of the rent and, you know, something might work out. She might, you know, she might be a trust fund baby. Nigga, she's using you for the only thing that they've been using for. That's for some motherfucking wood. You know what I mean? And you have a motherfucking, you know, you got an expiration date on that because they coming with the sex bots. You know what I'm talking about? And they got the motherfucking dildos that you can stick on the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're replacing that phallus of yours real fucking quick because that's really, you know, niggas in the hood. What else you got going for you these days? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the Becky, they not trying to fuck with you because of your intellectualism. You know what I mean? They're not chasing behind for your wokeness. You know, they're using niggas as tools the same way that the European is fetishing over black women in Brooklyn, and all they got to say while on the motherfucking checkout line in Trader Joe's or Whole Food, how you doing, Queen? Can I take you out for some pinoir, for some yellowtail? And y'all, and oh my goodness, I couldn't resist it. He was a Snow King. He was a Jon Snow. He just, you know, he looked like Jesus. Standing there with his sandals in Trader Joe's. I just had to go for the bait. You know what I mean? So I don't want to live around shit like that. That's not my idea of. I fell in love with Harlem when I came to New York in 2005. I was living in Miami. I had left New York and I made it to Miami. I was on the beach. You know what I mean? And I saw Black Harlem 2004, right? I fell in love with Black Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with the energy that Black Harlem had. And, you know, that's the world that I wanted to live in. That's the reality. That's the community. I accepted the term conscious community when I was in Harlem because there was an opportunity to see a community manifest, and it wasn't that far fetched because Harlem had a sense of community, and it was like on some conscious shit. Like I saw, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna put in blood, sweat, and tears. I'm talking about sleepless nights. I'm talking about I lived in a sixth floor walk up, carrying a big ass shopping cart with grandma bags filled with clothes on one arm, and I had my son's carriage on the other arm. And the way that we had to walk up, if anything, if you were to, the stairs had a big opening in it. So if anything was to bump into you, you could knock, and your child could fall out of the stroller down the fucking stairs. You know what I mean? It was a narrow ass hallway that people would be coming up and down. I was like, you know what? And I was paying. This was like 2008. He was born in 7. Nigga, I was paying $1,200 all the way back then for a 2-bedroom. But anyway, I was like, I'm gonna risk it all. Remember, I'm in Miami. I'm living in a mini mansion with my dudes, Duo Live. They out there doing independent hip hop and whatnot, eating. You know what I mean? We go to the beach. We bringing back shorties and all of that. We just was living the life. We was chilling. You know what I mean? You know, on some, I didn't have children. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't considered, there was no conscious community that y'all know now. That shit didn't exist like that. I was watching Valentine on DVD, and you know, I was experiencing consciousness via DVD. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't required to live the life. You just watched the shit like niggas watch Smack DVD and everything else. So when I came to New York, I was like, oh shit, there's potential out here. So I said, yo, I'm gonna put my time and my energy and my life on the line. You know what I mean? And I'm going fucking hard. And I don't know what's gonna come out of this. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. Coach Kaye said, bust a move to the South, leave it all. I'm feeling you, man. I just got to convince my son's mother that, you know, to come with me, because I would never leave my son in New York alone. That's the only thing that's keeping me here is him. You know what I'm saying? To keep it a buck with you. That is the only reason that I'm here. She told me, she said, she said, next year we gonna make a move. So keep your fingers crossed, because a nigga is coming south like a mother. I'm leaving everything behind. I'm just coming with my book bag. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need none of this shit that I got here. I'm just gonna start over down south. I'm not even like, the West Coast was on my mind, but that's not even an option, you know. But I put it all on the line. I dug in. You know what I mean? Like 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? When I put my book out, I'll give you all of the horror stories. I'm not gonna do it on a live stream, but the struggle is real. The shit real. Like, you have no fucking idea how much a nigga had to struggle to do this shit, to get where I had to go, or to, you know, just to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this conscious shit, this is a show of the money. Yeah, you already know. I'm gonna show her that crypto. I'm gonna show her my little Coinbase wallet one day. So, you know, this community is like, you know what I mean? This story is the same. Like, you could go 100 years this way, you could go 100 years that way. Hopefully motherfuckers break the curse, and you know, you don't have to live pious in a pious way when you come into consciousness. But due to my research, as far back as I could research, everybody been going through shit like this. It's just an energy. It's an energy that none of us could really get a grip on. And you really, you know what I mean? You have to figure this shit out in mid-flight, you know what I mean? But You're gonna sacrifice. You're going to live without. You're going to live below the means of how you used to live when ignorance was bliss, when things were magnetically attracted to you. But you figure it out when in consciousness how to reverse that, and then you begin to attract all that you want to manifest. You find out all is mental. But when you're going through the phases that you're angry at white people, when you're going through the phases of a fucking victim, when you're going through the phases of blaming everybody but yourself, when you're going through the phases of, you know what I mean, fear mongering, where you're scared of every fucking thing, you're not going to attract money to you. You're repelling everything from you. Currency is not going to be drawn. How many rappers that are victims are getting rich? Like, you tell me. How are you going to magnify your reality? What you begin to magnify is negative experiences. You begin to see more cop killings. You begin to see all kind of atrocities. You begin to, shit starts popping up. You get stories that are not even supposed to be in your fucking timeline being sent to you by people that you don't even know, because you're in that frequency of victimhood. So of course you're going to see all of the victims in the world. Niggas die every day, B. A motherfucking victim. There's a victim every minute. Every fucking second there's a victim made in America and around the world. So you niggas have a lot on your motherfucking plate if you want to put on a cape and start crying fucking crocodile tears about everybody that gets victimized. You know what I mean? That's not how you solve that shit, by telling me about a new victim of the week. You niggas with your victim of the week stories, you know what I'm saying? Who's the new victim? Who's the new hashtag? Who's the new person we gonna motherfucking make memes about? You're not going out with no smoke. You niggas ain't saying, yo, we're gonna put out a motherfucking hunting party. You niggas ain't purging people that's out here making victims out of our people. So cut it out. You know what I mean? Miss me. It's a digital version of crying. You niggas are. That's gonna create depression. That's gonna create stress. That's going to magnify negative people in your life. You're gonna have abusive relationships, whether verbal, emotionally, physically. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna piss people off because you're going to be emitting an energy that make cows moo and pigs squeal. They're not even gonna, dogs are gonna bark at you. You're gonna be emitting from your aura a dark energy when you stay in that fucking victim bag. All right? That the conscious community, the first few grades of it, or the first few phases, or the first fucking few floors of that shit, you gotta fight the motherfucking boss, the round boss, to get to the next floor. That's what that shit is entrenched in. That's what it's entrenched in. And that shit played a heavy toll on my bag. You know what I'm saying? That shit played a heavy toll on my bank account. That shit played a heavy toll on my savings. That shit played a heavy toll on my relationships. That shit played a heavy toll on my health. That shit played a heavy toll on my mental health, my emotional health, my spiritual health, my physical health. That's not the fucking way. That's not how you get anything done. Niggas, and then you go into rooms where everybody got long faces. You go into rooms where everybody is fucking stressed out. Everybody's upset, but we happy to see each other, but we still upset. And we still stressed out, and we waiting for that one nigga on the stage to give us the motherfucking magic message. And that never comes. That ain't never gonna come. You know that that's never gonna come. Because it never did fucking come. You get some feel-goodisms similar to foreplay. Nigga playing with your nipples, breathing on your neck. You dig what I'm saying? Licking up and down right back here. Tingling sensations. You might even get a little wet. You know what I'm talking about? But that shit is not, you're not going to reach full orgasm. You're not going to, there's no waterfalls. There's no finishing. There's no orgasmic experiences. You're just getting built up. Feel-goodisms. You know what I'm saying? And then they come quick. Minuteman type shit. You know what I'm talking about? And you come back for more and more and more and more. So I'm not putting up with that shit. I don't want to have nothing to do with no shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Shout out to Melanin Sutek. You are funny. She said, I got wet in the beginning, but now I'm dried up. LOL. You know, we need the big finisher. We need that orgasmic experience. We need somebody to build this bitch up and then take us home. You understand? And I'm not saying that that's me. You know what I mean? I'm not campaigning. Like, this is not my motherfucking campaign right now. I'm just building. You know what I'm saying? I'm just building. You know, the orgasmic experience. Let me give you an example of the orgasmic experience. And I'm just using this example haphazardly. I'm not on team nobody, all right? But let's say that Tariq Nasheed puts out a trailer for 1804, right? We're like, yo, that shit looks like it's about something. You know what I mean? I want to go check it out. Then you go and watch the movie, and it's about something. And you walk out of there like, yo, that's what's up. That's not only did it feel good, but he delivered on what he said that he was going to do. Yeah, that's a good finisher. So we should be focusing on projects. We should be focusing on completing some motherfucking ideas that we have. You know what I mean? Because all of us have ideas. All of us have the $1 billion idea. All of us are going to create the new Instagram. All of us are fucking geniuses. You know what I mean? We can, I agree to that. I agree that I am surrounded by an untold amount of geniuses. You cannot put a number on the amount of geniuses that belong to our community. That is a fact. I would never refute that. There are people amongst us who I've listened to them speak. I've watched them. I watched their moves over the year. I've read their blogs. I've read their books. I'm like, this motherfucker's a genius. But what we should remember and what we should pay attention to, those of us who study history, when we look into the Harlem Renaissance, when we look into all of the Renaissance, they were surrounded by geniuses as well. These geniuses began to either inspire one another or they agreed to work with each other to create the products or the byproducts that only geniuses can create, right? And that, thus, that spawned or that spurred what is known as a Renaissance. I'm a Renaissance man. I'm comfortable saying, you know what? Fuck the titles. Let's just call this shit the Renaissance. And let's push forward for those of us that are amongst each other who are, because I could only speak, I'm an artist. I'm an artiste. I could only give you my standpoint from my vantage point, from the skill set that I possess. I've identified that I'm good when it comes to the arts and the sciences. That's what I identify. That's my self-identification. That's my preference. That's the shit that gets me excited. You know what I mean? I don't know about all that other shit. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know the human body. My younger brother, KT, the arts degree, that's his skills. That's his talent. That's what he does. It's not what I do. So I'm looking at it from a Renaissance perspective, that's what I can add to this movement and to what it is that we're doing as a people. And 100 years from now, what will stand the test of time? 100 years from now, what will matter? It's not going to be a fucking Facebook Live. It's not going to be an Instagram update. It's not going to be a motherfucking lecture. That's not going to stand the test of time 100 years from now. It's going to be what kind of projects you have created. Literature, movies, film, short stories. You know what I mean? The things that have stand the test. There's book. I read a book the other day from the fucking 1600s. The shit falling apart in my hands. Those are the things that stay the test of time. There's movies that you could watch from the 20s or the 30s. And whatever the fuck movies started being made, those stand the test of time. There's songs from a long time ago. Those stand the test of time. There's artwork. There's architecture such as the Great Pyramids. Those stand the test of time. That was sacred geometry. That was architecture. There's cities in motherfucking Alhambra. There's castles in Spain that the Moors built. Those stand the test of time. Where are we going to come together and utilize all of the geniuses amongst us and all of these smart niggas that you know to start doing something and producing things and creating projects that we start and finish, and then you niggas could go your way. You have shares in a company, you have shares in a project, whatever, you part of the blockchain, you know what I mean? You had an ICO, initial coin offering, niggas is all rich, you know what I'm saying? We're chilling in Costa Rica somewhere, rubbing mangoes on our shorty's breast and talking shit. That's what we need to focus on, okay? The shit that we're focusing on now, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Group economics. I want to start this Bitcoin, this crypto coin investment club. $7,000. We put $1,000 into 7 different cryptocurrencies, and we forget that shit. And then we meet back up next year, pop bottles and talk shit, eat strawberries and rub mangoes on each other. You feel me? That's what we do. That's what we get together and do. And we don't get distracted. We put the money up, then we throw that shit up. Boom. We have our cryptocurrency experts doing the initial research, following each one of these stocks or each one of these coins and the trajectory that it's taking. Quarterly reports. This is what we're doing this quarter. This is what we're doing this quarter. This is what we're doing this quarter. We're coming up to the last quarter. Holiday party. You niggas get your ugly sweaters. We finna turn up and split this motherfucking money up, or these coins for that matter. Diversify your portfolio. I don't know any other way to say it. I don't even, yeah, a stack and 7 accounts. You know what I'm saying? 1 stack and 7 accounts. Okay. Coach Kair has the first stack. We have a winner. We have Coach with the first stack. Please hit me on the inbox. It's been a while since me and you talked anyway, Kair. I need to build with you. Okay? If your number is the same, I will call you tomorrow. I'm coming to support you, Kafunya, this Sunday with Sabir, Taj, and Professor James Smalls. Salute to you for having that. I honor you for having that event. You dig what I'm saying? So we're going to make sure we're in the building. This is just one conversation. Like I said, we have all of the solutions. The only thing that we don't have is the cooperation, and we don't have the organization, okay? And we're not seeing ourselves as a unit. We're not seeing ourselves as a unit. Units are not able to see themselves as groups. Groups are not able to see themselves as networks. Networks are not able to see themselves as communities. Communities are not able to see themselves as nations. Do I gotta join the fucking Nation of Islam on niggas? Do I gotta pull up with a bow tie, my nigga Ben X chilling with me, and say, yo, I'm not fucking with y'all no more. I'm in a nation, because there's a nation of 10,000 men and women who I got the mind state to make all of us rich in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? All I need is some cooperation. We could be Hummerster and no more final calls. We'll have an app. You niggas just pull that shit up on your phone. Okay? And we're not selling you bean pies no more. You know what I'm saying? No more bean pies. We all sitting on a few million each. We're bringing back the fish store, the cleaners, and all of that stuff from Elijah's era. You know what I mean? Like, all of this can happen. There should be no organization, you know, on the face of this planet with black people, more than 1,000 black people in it, going through struggles, giving us struggle bars. That don't make no fucking sense. No struggle bars in any organization. If you belong to a mega church, hit me up. I'm not, yo, I got formulas. I'm not gonna be, whatchamacallit? I'm not gonna be, you know, stingy with the formulas. I sit down, my brother Hafiz from Temple Number 7. I'm supposed to have a meeting with him very soon. I saw him at Dr. Felder's funeral. Salute to him. Salam alaikum. Like, we're gonna have these conversations. We're going to have these conversations. You know what I mean? This winter is hibernation season. This is time to get this shit to fucking together. You know what I mean? I'm not living out 2018 like I lived out 2017. I am not. I refuse. I'm making a personal affirmation. I refuse. We're not going through this again. You know what I'm saying? We're not going through this again. Like, we got to get this shit. Not sitting around waiting for black people to catch L's so we could just talk about it and do videos on it all fucking day. I love bean pie too. I love bean pie too. You know what I'm saying? I love bean pie too. You know, but it's time, y'all. And I'm having conversations with a lot of people behind the scenes, and some of them are afraid to say that it's time. But it's time. You know what I'm saying? What else do we have? You know, it's time. Like, we don't have anything else to do but to do what's right. The gates are closing. They signed the tax bill. You niggas don't think that shit is gonna roll downhill? You got something else coming to you. You know what I mean? Like, they're not playing. Nobody's playing. Niggas is just dancing and singing still, doing the motherfucking Millie Rock. They playing. They were just waiting for Cardi B's album to drop. Niggas is playing, but we can't be playing no more. We not no niggas. Let the niggas stay and do what they do and play how they play and be the little fucking children that they are. But what are we gonna do as adults, consensual adults, to change our situation so these children don't revolt and rebel on us? My son is fed up. He don't want to hear nothing about the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? My 10-year-old, he don't want to hear a goddamn thing about the conscious community. He saw how his father had to struggle for 10 years. He don't believe in the community. He could see the snake in a lot of niggas. And he's 10. So, you know, what should have happened in 89, 90, 91? I'm confused, Mr. Chris Stanley. What should have happened in 89, 90, 91? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, don't think these children are asleep. Remember, these are the crystals. These are the indigos. These are the star seeds. So they see niggas scamming before we did. There's like, nah, that nigga's not right. I'm like, why you say that about him? Nigga, that nigga is not right. You know what I'm saying? These are children. These are babies. So we can't be giving them these. They not going for the pipe dreams. They not falling victim to the romanticizing of ancient Kemet. They like, nigga, what that got to do with right now? Nigga, little Uzi Vert is popping. What are you doing? You know what I mean? They doing the Uzi shoulder dance on niggas like, fuck is you talking about pyramids for? You know what I mean? Build an app. They telling niggas build an app. We don't want you to recreate the pyramids, my nigga. Build an app, nigga. Build an Oculus, a Google Oculus, so we could go into the pyramids. At least do that. Do a fucking temple run with one of the scholars running through the temples, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? They not trying to hear that shit. You niggas is talking antiquated motherfucking what's that talk? It's digital and it's what's the name of the Erykah Badu album? It's digital and there's what's the word? I'm looking for the word. It's the opposite of digital. Analog. That's what Erykah Badu said. She's living an analog girl living in a digital world. Niggas is analog. They having analog conversations. The babies is digital, nigga. The babies is fucking digital. They just don't know how to work your iPhone haphazardly because the shit is touchscreen. No, nigga, they're wired differently. There's dopamines that are being released from their fucking brains when they touch a computer or a phone. The minute they turn that shit on, the same dopamines that get released when you niggas take a line of cocaine is being or when you niggas are on Pornhub watching the big fucking greasy booty video. That's the same kind of, that's the same fucking dopamine. Dopamine don't discriminate. It's still dopamine. It's a goddamn, it's a reward. It's a reward chromosome being released into their bloodstream. at 2 years old, my nigga. They're getting high at 2 years old by touching the fucking phones. So if you cannot meet them in the digital world and you cannot create any kind of apps that are going to activate their dopamine, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose them. You feel me? You're going to lose them. They are here for the digital evolution. I did a lecture 2014. The evolution will be digitized. I'm actually working on that book right now. You know what I mean? Because that needs to be put in the book form. So these children, they got work to do. The parents, we don't need to be putting them in H&M fucking ads with monkey hoodies. We need to be focusing on putting them in app development courses, video game development courses. There's online free websites on Google, free websites for children to code. Where's the after school programs to teach black boys to code? Where's the motherfucking, why you niggas are not getting the grant money? There's billions of dollars out there for at-risk children, children from the hood, monkeys in the jungle, like they like to call them. There's money on the table to teach children coding. Nobody's touching that money. You letting this white person from Nebraska move into the West End and grabbing millions off of the table in order to fucking teach your child how to operate a computer when you could be doing that in an after-school program or a homeschool program? Like, why are we living in the antiquated 60s still? Why is these niggas so revolutionary that they fucking revolved back into time? You niggas are not touching anything dealing with technology. You have this fugazi ass technophobia. Salute to you, Melanin. She said her daughter goes to Colombia for app creation. Talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it. That's the fucking come up. She could have been going to the National Black Theater for app creation. She could have been going to the Black Lady Theater for app creation. She could have been going to somewhere on 125 for app creation. Why not? Why not? Why are we allowing our quote-unquote leaders to turn a blind eye to the now? These niggas are all around. They all over the place in the past and all kind of shit. Nobody is talking about the future. Because that's not even the future. That's the shit that's going on now. I was watching a video with these little Indian niggas doing, they was doing mathematical equations like this. They were utilizing the hibiscus, but the hibiscus wasn't there. They was just like this, tapping the air. Nigga. These was like 8-year-old Indian kids. I'm talking about red dots, the Indians, not Pocahontas. I'm talking about Indian, Bangladesh. These little niggas was doing they was doing calculator math problems in real time like this. They was like this, coming up with the answer. Like, God damn, what kind of fucking quinoa are they eating? And then they showed the little Asian kids doing that. They work on the hibiscus. Remember the hibiscus? They're teaching the children how to utilize mathematical equations by utilizing the hibiscus, because they understand in this computer dominant world that this technological dominant world that we're in a new industrial revolution. I think it's the 4th or the 5th. Everything is fucking digital. Niggas, we're not in the Stone Age anymore. We're actually in a light age. We're in a digital era. We're in the electrified age. So they understand what the hibiscus, in order to learn mathematical coding and all of these kind of languages that deal with programming, you're going to have to teach them other than the way that they're learning from the Common Core curriculum in the public schools and the charter schools and all of these other places that are not equipping our children with the kind of mathematical mind to compete with the rest of the motherfucking world. So these niggas is destined to be in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is destined to be in Whole Foods, because Whole Foods in Harlem got all black workers. You would think niggas own something in Whole Foods, as many workers that there is. Them niggas don't even eat that Whole Foods. Because I asked them, y'all eat this shit? You know, you got to say it like a nigga so they could give you a nigga-friendly response. They was like, nah, I don't eat this shit. I can't even afford it. You know? So they're using the senses that are shut down for us. Yo, go. I wish I could drop the video. They don't let me put videos in the chat. I wish I could show you the video of these. Just put it in YouTube. Indian students Indian students solving math problems. Asian students, Chinese students solving math problems. I think even the Africans might have some shit popping for them. But niggas in America don't. You know what I mean? And I'm not a big mathematician person. What up, Jonathan? I'm not a big mathematician person, but, you know, I do know. But listen, I'm being very inconsiderate to those that have to wake up early in the morning. You feel me? And I'm going to have to end the stream because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, I want to say thank you to everybody that has came through and joined tonight. I had a very, very fun time just building with the family. Hopefully, no one was offended by anything that was said, you know, but I'm sure that if you are, you know what I mean, you know, it was either something personal that you felt or, you know what I'm saying, you was one of them people that I'm talking about. You feel me? And, you know, but for the most part, the message is clear. You know what I'm saying? It's 2018, and we actually have to do something that we've never done before because the insanity is beginning to settle in. We're doing a lot of shit that has been done looking for different outcomes. That's not how destiny is being set up at the end of the day. The reason why we're having no results is because destiny, the great divine, the ancestors, them niggas that was in that light ship over LA, the UFO, they want us to do things that we haven't done before. They want us to prove ourselves. They want us to try out some new shit so the pendulum could basically begin to swing in a direction where it's gonna help out not only us, because it's not about us. I don't know how many times I could stress this. It's not about us. We had our heyday. You know what I mean? It is not about us all the way. You know what I mean? It is not about us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, you know, respect to you all. Like I said, hit the inbox if y'all want to keep this thing going. I'm offering opportunities to get into this investment club for this cryptocurrency. $7,000. That's peanuts. All right? That's baby food. You niggas out there is balling. I seen it. I already know. Y'all out there got stacks on stacks on stacks. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this investment club. I'm going to have one of my elders, Michael Singleton. He's going to be able to explain all of the specifics. We have an investment club that we're going to be working on, but we also have a 4x4 system, okay, that we're doing right now as well. And that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? And everything is going to be, you know, on paper, and everything is going to be, you know what I mean, very transparent. You know, it'll be a part of the blockchain. So everything is going to be transparent. So love and light to the family. Peace and love. All right. We'll build. One.